all year as far as how to attack. We've dug in really deep on these hitters. We have a very good game plan, very good idea of what they're going to do, and now we're just go execute, and that's what Tanner does best, is execute.
You've got Alex Cobb on your postseason roster. Who goes game 2, and is it Alex Cobb game 2 or potentially game 3?
So the only thing we know right now is Matt Boyd's going to be starting game 2. Obviously, we have Alex on the roster, but we need to see how this first couple games plays out and how Alex is feeling throughout the week.
Voter, you have a 26-man roster come postseason, and we should remind the folks, come postseason, extra innings are the old-fashioned way. We don't start with a runner at second base. So with all of that in mind, you went 14 position, 12 pitchers. How come?
Well, we just felt that, with the format of this first, where it's, game, day off, game, day off, game, day off, game. So our bullpen's going to get plenty of rest. We don't need to worry about tomorrow in any game other than game 3. So we can kind of deploy the bullpen as we see fit, and then we've got the 2 length options in the bullpen if we do happen to go extra innings or need one of them early in a game. So, and then with the 14 position players, this team has been built on versatility. This team has been built on mixing and matching and finding the best matchups possible for our players to put them into a position to succeed. So we felt like having the extra position player is going to allow us to maybe get 1 or 2 of those extra matchups late in the game.
Everyone's got a theory. Too much rest, not enough rest. Obviously, you never know until you play the games. How did you approach it this week? What makes you feel that this week off is beneficial, not a hindrance?
I think it was huge because not only did our guys get some rest and be able to turn their brains off for a few days, but we trained them very hard. We played inter-squad games. They got to compete. They got to talk some trash to each other. We had a blast. It was a really fun week. Got some really good work in. We feel rested. We feel ready, and I know the guys couldn't wait to get here today.
You feel there's a key in this series?
Have fun and be ourselves. That's it. We're here because we've had fun. We're here because we've been ourselves. Find a way to win and let the chips fall where they do. This team has been so much fun to watch all year. The hard part's over. We've navigated 162. Now let's just go be ourselves and have fun because we are one of the best teams in baseball.
Cleveland manager Stephen Vogt, Tom Hamilton inviting you to stay tuned. The first pitch of the playoffs next on the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network.
Hey, Guardians fans, I got to ask, is your roof ready for a Cleveland winter? Bloom Daddy here for Absolute Roofing, the most trusted roofer in Northeast Ohio. When I say that, I mean it. I've been to their job sites. I've seen their award-winning work. And with what happened this summer, all roofs have taken a beating, and now's the time to call Absolute Roofing for a complete inspection. Absolute Roofing, an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred roofer with almost 4 decades of experience. A family business, making it their business to keep you covered today and every day. Call 216-898-1563 or go to absoluteroofing.com.
This is the time to trade to a new Honda. Get more for your trade than ever before. Then save thousands with low 1.9% APR financing. All Hondas are in stock. Cars, SUVs, trucks, vans, hybrids, and EVs. Come in and trade today. Get more for your trade and save on a new Honda, like the 2024 Honda Accord, now with low 1.9% APR financing. Search your local Honda dealer. See dealer for financing details for well-qualified buyers. Offer ends 10/31/24.
Don't bust your knuckles, bust your nuts with PB Blaster. The #1 selling penetrant since 1957. It uses a unique capillary action that creeps up and around threads and cavities to break free rusted and corroded parts. Then it protects against further rust and corrosion. Use it on automotive, industrial, marine, plumbing, and other equipment. Blaster Corporation offers a full line of professional-grade products that are formulated to penetrate, lubricate, loosen, fix, and conquer each job. Use Blaster products and work it like a pro.
Be the first to experience Progressive Field reimagined in the new Carnegie Club. Coming in 2025, this members-only club is located directly behind home plate, featuring an elevated food menu and bar selections and the convenience of grab-and-go concessions so you don't miss any of the action. Enjoy your fare in a one-of-a-kind indoor club or outside, so close to the action you're practically on the field. Carnegie Club memberships are on sale now. Call 216-420-HITS or visit CLEGuardians.com.
Welcome back to the Bet365 Guardians warm-up show. We're about 10 minutes away from Game 1 of the American League Division Series. Time for the pitching matchup. Tigers going with an opener. It will be lefty Tyler Holton. 66 appearances, including 9 starts as an opener in the regular season. He was 7-2 with an ERA of 2.19. He'll be opposed by Tanner Bybee, 12-8 on the year, an earned run average of 3.47. A rock in the starting rotation for the Guardians. That's your pitching matchup. That'll do it for Guardians warm-up. Stay tuned. Starting lineups and first pitch come your way next.
The Guardians Warm-Up Show has been brought to you by Bet365. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary. By Cleveland Clinic Children's, nationally ranked and locally trusted children's hospital with hands you trust. By Progressive. For a job you'll love, visit progressive.com/careers. Also brought to you by Discount Drug Mart, the official drugstore of the Cleveland Guardians. By Valley Automotive Group. Shop every location now at valleysuperstore.com.
This copyrighted broadcast is presented by the authority of the Cleveland Guardians Baseball Company and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without expressed written consent of the Cleveland Guardians.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's winds blowing across a fruited plain, and also your new fire pit, which subsequently sets your gazebo ablaze. It's hard-hitting football, and an even harder-hitting price estimate from your general contractor. That's a star-spangled bummer. It's also around-the-clock protection when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, which can help keep the American dream of home ownership alive and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Experience baseball like never before from Progressive Field's new state-of-the-art North Coast Social. Coming in 2025, these semi-private open-air boxes overlook left field and include access to a climate-controlled indoor club, providing the best of both environments so you can focus on the game, the company, and the good times. Learn more about North Coast Social. Call 216-420-HITS or visit cleguardians.com.
At KeyBank, we know a small moment like,
whoa, my kid's got a serious backhand.
Can lead to an even bigger question like,
tennis campus how much?
And that's the type of moment where we'll meet you to help you build a savings plan for expenses big and small so your money can make money. Mike, how's that sound?
Sounds like match point.
Sounds like love.
We could serve up tennis puns all day.
For every financial need, we'll meet you in the moment. KeyBank opens doors. KeyBank member FDIC.
Kids, wake up! Hey, kids! I'm going to McDonald's. Does anyone want?
Because when McDonald's breakfast is on the table, everyone's a morning person.
Order in the app and get your favorite breakfast sandwiches. Buy one, get one free. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid once per day through 9/29/24 at participating McDonald's. Must opt into rewards. Excludes bagels.
News, talk, sports. This is WTAM 1100, Cleveland, home of the Cavaliers and Guardians, an iHeartRadio station.
You will have another October to remember.
We made it through the hard part.
The 6-month journey.
Now it's time to go have fun and play playoff baseball.
The crowds are going to be awesome.
Listen to this
There's going to be
place.
so much energy. You really are playing for something bigger than you.
Playoff baseball.
One common goal of what we're trying to do, that's winning a ring.
You're on your feet every pitch.
I really feel like we have a chance to go all the way to the World Series and win it.
We trust each other 1 through 9.
I have this resiliency in our DNA.
And so we'll carry forward in October.
We're not done yet. We're still hungry for more.
It's October baseball. All bets are off. Cleveland Guardians Baseball is brought to you by Cleveland Clinic, proud to be the official healthcare provider of the Cleveland Guardians. By Progressive, bundle home and auto and save at progressive.com. By Dollar Bank, proud banking partner of the Cleveland Guardians. By Marathon, join Marathon Rewards today and start earning on every fill-up.
Good afternoon once again, everyone. Welcome back to Progressive Field, downtown Cleveland. Guardians taking on the Tigers. And here's your lineups for Game 1 of the American League Division Series. First for A.J. Hinch and the Tigers. Parker Meadows leads it off in center field. Kerry Carpenter, the designated hitter, bats second. Matt Vierling in right field will hit third, with Riley Green batting cleanup in left. Colt Keith, the second baseman, bats fifth. Spencer Torkelson at first base will hit sixth. Zach McKinstry at third base bats seventh. Hitting eighth, the shortstop, Trey Sweeney. And Jake Rogers is doing the catching, batting ninth. On the mound, Tyler Holton. Now for the Guardians and manager Stephen Vogt. Leading things off, Stephen Kwan in left field with David Fry, the designated hitter, batting second. Jose Ramirez at third base will bat third. Josh Naylor, the first baseman, hits cleanup. Lane Thomas in center field bats fifth. Andres Jimenez, the second baseman, will hit sixth. John Kenzie Noel in right field bats seventh. Bo Naylor does the catching. He'll hit eighth. And Brian Rocchio at shortstop bats ninth. On the mound, right-hander Tanner Bybee. Those are your starting lineups. Now stay tuned. Today's first pitch with Tom Hamilton comes your way next.
Cleveland Guardians Baseball, also brought to you by Discount Drug Mart, the official drugstore of the Cleveland Guardians. By Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care, your number one choice for tires, maintenance, and repairs. By Uncle Charlie's, official sausage of the Cleveland Guardians, and your next barbecue.
This is the time to trade to a new Honda. Get more for your trade than ever before. Then save thousands with low 1.9% APR financing. All Hondas are in stock. Cars, SUVs, trucks, vans, hybrids, and EVs. Come in and trade today. Get more for your trade and save on a new Honda, like the 2024 Honda Accord, now with low 1.9% APR financing. Search your local Honda dealer. See dealer for financing details for well-qualified buyers. Offer ends 10/31/24.
Flooring Fest 2024 going on now at National Design Mart. Save big on Kerastane carpet, Shaw soft and hard surfaces, Dow tile, and so much more. Go to nationaldesignmart.com to schedule your free estimate today. Shop our superstore located in Medina or our showroom in Worcester. We are Ohio's leader in flooring, countertops, and cabinets.
National Design Mart, your design superstore.
It's Wayside Furniture's annual half-off sale with up to 50% off on select bedrooms and dining room sets. Plus, ask about bonus cash discounts or special financing. Check out sectionals from $6.99. Shop assorted tables and desks at over 50% off. And sofas from $2.99. Or half off select Serta, Sealy, and White Dove mattresses. Wayside in Akron, keeping it local since 1937.
The very thought of dealing with roofing problems gives you a headache, right? Hi, it's Bill Wills. It doesn't have to be a headache if you call Victor's Home Solutions. Their customer concierge team is amazing. Their precision installation team will install a perfect roof the first time. And best of all, Victor's offers a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install. Winter is almost here. Make sure your roof is in top shape. To take it on, schedule a free 21-point roof inspection and estimate now. Call 216-230-9083 or online, victors.com.
The Beth Browns covers before they face the Commanders. Starts tomorrow morning at 10 on WTAM 1100.
From Progressive Field in downtown Cleveland, Ohio, it is game number one of the American League Division Series as the Cleveland Guardians and Detroit Tigers hook up in the best-of-5 series. Games 1 and 2 here in Cleveland today and Monday. Games 3 and, if needed, Game 4 on Wednesday and Thursday in Detroit. And if a Game 5 is needed, it would be a week from today right back here in Cleveland. Hi again, everybody. Tom Hamilton, Jim Rosenhaus, Andre Knott, ready to bring you the 2024 postseason action involving Cleveland. Joined as always by Brian Matze and Joe Fritchen. And Travis Fryman, one of the great Tigers and Indians, throwing out the first pitch on this absolutely perfect autumn afternoon here off the shores of Lake Erie. Not a cloud in the sky, brilliant sunshine, a light breeze blowing in, and just ideal conditions here today. At least we don't have to worry about the shadows here for a few more hours. Might be a different story come Monday afternoon with a later start. The umpiring crew, remember, 2 additional umpires now in the postseason. Adam Beck will be making the calls behind home plate. Ramon De Jesus at first, Jim Wolf at second. Todd Tishner is the third base umpire and the crew chief. Down the left field line, it's Chad Fairchild. Down the right field line, it is Nick Marley. This will be the first time in the history of these two franchises that they have ever played in postseason baseball. They have played each other over 2,300 times down through the years in the regular season, including 2024, in which Cleveland won the season series 7-6. But this is an entirely different Tiger ball club that we last saw. We were leaving Detroit on deadline day, the final meeting of the year. Cleveland won the game. Later, the Tigers would trade one of their best pitchers, Jack Flaherty, and then there would be an onslaught of youngsters brought up in August, and Detroit has been on a magic carpet ride going 33-13 since August 11th, and then sweeping Houston in the wild card round to get here to take on Cleveland, the number 2 seed in the American League. And let's go downstairs right now and be joined by our third member. Great to have with us Andre Knott, and this should be some kind of series.
Yes. Anytime you talk about what has made Detroit go, it comes with confidence, right, Tom? And they've gone to this pitching chaos, is what A.J. Hinch likes to call it. Well, why is it working? They're shutting down the best hitters on the other team. In the Detroit series versus the Houston Astros, Altuve, Alvarez, Tucker, and Bregman combined to go 5 for 29 with 1 RBI. Now, the success started when they were back in August, when they were taking on the New York Yankees. Against the Yankees, they were able to hold Soto and Judge to a combined 3 for 22 with 7 strikeouts, 2 walks, 1 home run. I bring this up because the pitcher said when that happened in mid-August, they start believing in what A.J. Hinch was feeding them. Well, to do what they've done against the two teams I just mentioned, that means they're going to have to shut down Jose Ramirez and Josh Naylor. This year, Naylor hit 300 with 3 home runs, 9 RBI against Detroit. Jose hit 347 with 3 home runs and 5 RBI. And as you know, Tom, Jose has made a career versus Detroit. He has 33 home runs and 122 RBIs against this Detroit franchise. So that's what we'll be looking at and paying attention to. The stars will have to be stars. And you know, the guys over here feel confident that they think they know the cadence that Detroit will try to use in this pitching scheme that they have. But we will find out over the next few days if that is true.
Well, Andre, and we'll bring in Rosie here as well. There is no advantage now for Cleveland with this extra off day because now both clubs can empty their bullpens 3 consecutive days before we ever have a back-to-back game on Game 4.
And that's so especially important for Detroit because truly they only have one starting pitcher in their rotation. I don't even know if you can call it a rotation because after Tarek Skubal, it's been openers. And it's going to be fascinating to see if it holds up over a longer series than just the wild card series.
Yeah, and Andre, I think we all realize Game 1 is always so critically important at home in a 5-game series. Well, with Tarek Skubal looming on Monday, no doubt, it seems like it's even that much more important.
You don't want to say do or die in the first game, Hammy, as we all know that, but it is imperative that the Guardians get off to a great start. Hopefully all the work they did this week will get them right back in the groove. They've gone 6 days without playing a baseball game. Yeah. That is uncharacteristic for any Major League Baseball team.
All right, Andre and Rosie, thank you so much. We get ready now as Cleveland has taken the field behind Tanner Bybee, and as we all know, however this series goes, everyone is going to have a theory. Was the rest too much for Cleveland, or was the rest just right? And we won't know the answer to that until next week. Tanner Bybee on the hill today for the Cleveland Guardians. He will be facing Detroit for the 5th time this year. Tanner Bybee this year against Detroit was 1-1 with a 4.50 ERA. However, he made back-to-back starts against the Tigers. Those were the last 2 series there at the end of July between these 2 ball clubs. And in those 2 back-to-back starts against Detroit, Tanner gave up just 3 runs, covering 11 innings of work. So again, Cleveland has not seen this Detroit Tiger club since July 30th. But that was a ball club that still had veterans like Andrew Chafin out of the bullpen. And, of course, Jack Flaherty, one of the anchors of their rotation. And Javi Baez, who's now done for the year with hip surgery. So, Rosie, in a lot of ways, it feels...
It's deep bullpens. It's good pitching. Starting pitching for Cleveland. has been very strong down the stretch. We're going to see a guy named Matthew Boyd in game 2. But you have to be able to manufacture runs. You have to be able to limit the damage in terms of power by your opponents. And play good defense, pay attention to the details, and both of these teams are strong in all of those areas. Parker Meadows leads off. Tigers facing the 25-year-old from Mission Viejo in California. First pitch of the division series. Fouled back to the screen, and we are underway here at Progressive Field in Cleveland. An absolutely full house. They'll squeeze in almost 40,000 for today's game. Ramirez in tight at third. Shortstop Rocchio is up the middle, and the outfield plays Meadows to pull just slightly. Changeup misses low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, Bobby out there, like we talked about, it's 4-seam, slider, changeup, curveball mix. He'll use all 4 of those pitches. To left-handed hitters, it's more 4-seam, slider, changeup, and to right-handers, it's more just a 4-seam and a slider.
Lots of lefties in the lineup today. Fastball just misses low and away. Crowd groans. Adam Beck is our home plate umpire. Ramon De Jesus at first. Jim Wolf at second. Todd Titchener is today's third base umpire. Chad Fairchild working the left field line, and Nick Marley the right field line. The 2-1 swing and a foul out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Carpenter and Vierling to foul. So you've got the lefties in pockets up and down the lineup. Meadows, Carpenter at the top. Green and Keith in the 4-5 spots. McKinstry and Sweeney, the lefties, at the bottom of the order in the 7-8 spots. Bobby works middle of the rubber. Glove in front of the face as he gets a sign. Quick step back with the left foot. Lifts the leg, drives to home plate. Swing and a miss. We got him with a changeup and a beauty. That was in the strike zone. And that's the thing you notice, Bobby, with Tanner Bybee. He's in the strike zone with all of his pitches. His swing and miss comes in the strike zone.
It does. He can generate swing and miss in the zone. It really, even with the curveball that he throws only about 11% of the time, but that was a good pitch right there. It was a changeup in the very same spot that he threw a 95-mile-an-hour fastball that Parker Meadows fouled off. Had a pitch to hit there, didn't hit it, and you get what you get after that.
That brings up Kerry Carpenter, 1 for 6 in the 2 games in Houston. First pitch, fastball up and away. It's a 96-mile-an-hour, very firm fastball. Again, no sinkers. He threw just a handful all season. Ramirez is deep and off the line. The outfield plays Carpenter to pull. Just a light breeze blowing in from center field today. Carpenter swings and misses. The slider on the back door. You just look to these lefties. They're going to be so important in this series. I think of Carpenter and Green. Meadows, of course, hit a home run in Houston. But you're probably going to need that big extra base hit. And he does give up, Bybee does give up extra base hits to lefties especially. Waiting on the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Slider at the top rail, and that almost plays like a cutter to a lefty.
It really does. It didn't have much downward vertical break on it. That was a really short, almost like you said, Dan, almost like a cutter. And he'll use it all over the strike zone.
Carpenter now waiting on a 1-2 on the way. Up and away. Brings catcher Bo Naylor, much improved defensively behind the plate this year, up out of his crouch to grab it. There are strengths all over this infield. The entire infield, third over to second, is rock solid to gold glove caliber. Naylor's a little below average at first. 2-2. Up and away. Beck behind home plate today is one of the best balls and strikes umpires in the game.
It's interesting what they're trying to do to Kerry right here. They've elevated. Be surprised if they don't go breaking ball down here, either the curveball or the slider.
Waiting on the 3-2, swinging a shot foul. He got the slider down, and he was on it. Pulled it fouled on the first base side. Tigers dugout on the first base side. Guardians dugout on the third base side. Carpenter digs back and extends those hands away from the left shoulder as he cocks the bat over it and tucks that right shoulder in. The 3-2 line, driving to center. That's going to drop for a base hit. Got the curveball and did not miss. 7-pitch battle. It's another thing you look for these lefties to have long at-bats. Make Tanner Bybee work out there on the mound.
That's a great at-bat right there by Kerry Carpenter. Chased some pitches up early. Swung through a couple of them. Fouled a couple off that were up. He went with the breaking ball down. It was in the zone. Kerry Carpenter was on it to single to right field.
That's the thing. All these Cleveland pitchers, the bullpen, everybody's just tough to hit. That's why we talk about the lefty advantage against Bybee today. But the Tigers game planning, Bobby. Matt Vierling at the plate, takes a pitch low and in. I think of the at-bats Carpenter and Vierling had against Presley. I mean, the Tigers' comeback in Houston in the 8th inning was against two really good closers, really.
And guys who got stripes this time of year, too.
Presley and Hader. Matt Vierling had a big single, but the approach in the at-bats and the planning that goes into those at-bats, fastball bottom rail for a called strike 1-1. We've said it over and over, the Tigers, this guy limits opponents to a 180 batting average, 160, whatever it might be, and we see Tigers continually have good at-bats against those guys.
It's because it's just something they've done all year long, and it's gotten even better as the years progress.
1-1, swinging a slicing foul deep down the right field line. It's two levels of seating with a kind of a club level in between the upper and lower deck. That goes right down the left field line to the foul pole. Wraps around the right field foul pole. They've redesigned this ballpark and made some really nice changes in the upper deck in left field and in right. Those seats, 3 levels of seating, go all the way out to right center field. And then the big grandstand's above the 19-foot wall and left. 1-2, high and tight, buzzes Vierling, so he's going to see at least 5 pitches in this trip to the plate. Ivy's more of a fly ball pitcher. He does not get a lot of double plays turned behind him, does not get a lot of ground balls. Outfield plays Vierling to go the opposite way. Quick flip over to first. The Guardians are a base-stealing team. Tigers haven't really been. They try to take advantage anytime there is a pitcher on the mound who is slow to the plate or does not stop the running game. All of these Cleveland pitchers pay attention to the running game and stop it. Vierling waiting on a 2-2. On the way, swinging a slicing foul out of play. Up to 97. On the fastball for Tanner Bibee.
You see what Bibey's trying to do early, really establish his fastball into both right and left-handers and up in the zone. His fastball is better up than down, but he's gone in quite a bit to Matt Vierling. We know Vierling's stroke is to right field. He's trying to bust him in with that heater.
Carpenter short cautiously to first, the 2-2 again, swinging a chopper softly to second base. Jimenez, the Gold Glover, will charge field and flip to Naylor down to second. Goes Carpenter. Tigers have a runner in scoring position for Riley Green.
Bibee broke out the sinker. Several pitches at bat. Again, he throws very few sinking fastballs.
Bobby, I had 9 all season.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at the same stuff because I had 9. Now he's got 13 all of a sudden. But, but that's part of it. I mean, when you play these guys as much as these guys have played each other, even go back to the minor leagues, and 13 times this year, you got to do something a little bit different.
That brings up Riley Green, swinging a high fly ball that'll be hooked down the first base line, well back. I just feel like Riley is just due for several games in a row where he's really productive. I would say the at-bats up and down in Houston, hit a couple balls hard. Feels like he's still trying to find that A swing. Upright, relaxed stance, hands tight to the left shoulders. He cocks the bat over. Ground ball foul down the first base line behind Anthony Iapoce, the Tigers' first base coach. Quickly 2 strikes.
And this is part of the growth for Riley Green, too. I mean, he's an all-star this year. You're not sneaking up. 31 ain't sneaking up on anybody anymore. Everybody knows exactly who he is, and they're really dialing it in every time he steps to the plate. And these teams are targeting him. So, yeah, I mean, he's really close, but he's getting pitched really tough as well.
On their feed here at Progressive Field, Bibee sets, checks Carpenter, the 0-2, high and away. Changes the eye level with a 96-mile-an-hour fastball way outside. Outfield plays Green to pull. Now, the Guardians pitched Green very tough this year. He hit just 190 with no power. But remember, in most games, he didn't have anything around him in the lineup. There was no Carpenter, there was no Meadows, there was no Torkelson. The 1-2, up and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 for 9 in the Houston series with 3 strikeouts.
2 non-competitive misses up and away arm side for Bibee right there. He can't even use that miss to do anything else. It's just something that as a hitter, you don't even consider when a guy misses that bad. It's not even in your thought.
Green now waiting on the 2-2 on the way. Swing and a foul. Ooh, he had a rip and a slider in the middle of the plate. But that's not a hanger. That's a tight slider at 88.
Yeah, it doesn't have a lot of vertical break. The Bibee slider is more horizontal in nature. Like you said, you described it accurately. It's more cutterish than it is a true old-school slider. Either way, that was center cut at 88. Riley was all over it.
Bibee sets again. 2-2 on the way. Low and in. Hit him in the right leg. Ball goes back behind home plate. Carpenter will have to go back to second base, but job one. Make this guy work a little bit, and the Tigers are making Tanner Bybee work here in the first inning. That's going to bring our good friend Carl Willis, the pitching coach, long time in two different stints with the Guardians, heading out to the mound. Have a little chat.
That was the curveball that got Riley Green in the front foot. They're trying to go down and in, back foot him, getting the swing over the top. Didn't get it there, hit Riley. Fortunately for him, on the guard, because most of the time you have all that gear on, it doesn't hit you on the guard.
It always misses.
It hits you anywhere but where you have the guard on. But that one caught him on the guard in that front foot, and he's down to first base.
Indians in their home white uniform pants today. Red and black piping down the pant legs. The red jerseys with the block lettering Guardians across the front in black, outlined in white. Best Tigers hitter against the Guardians this year was Cole Keith, and he steps to the plate. He just had nothing but a collection of good at-bats. Against Cleveland this year, he hit 280, drew walks, had extra base power. Chance to deliver an early lead for the Tigers. First pitch, swinging a pop-up. Will it be playable? It will be. Ramirez over by the stands. No! Oh, just out of his reach. Down in that camera well, about 3 feet away. And it's just a strike one. The moments in these games that are decided by inches that can turn out to be big. I think of the Jason Hayward not double in the second inning in Houston with 2 men on. It went foul by maybe an inch or two. And there are those moments again and again and again in these playoff games. There's one right there. Pop foul just out of the reach of Ramirez. Keith now waiting on the strike one from Bybee. Pitch. Fastball misses in. The fastball misses have been pretty big.
They've been big. They've been high arm side for the most part, or the glove side yanked. That was yanked in. He is really making a concerted effort to get in on these Tiger hitters, both right and left-handed.
Already 26 pitches thrown in the first inning for Bybee. 1-1, swinging a fly ball into left field. Going back now in. Kwan will make the catch. Didn't read it right off the bat, but then he recovered. That's a fine Gold Glove caliber left fielder. Makes the catch on a sinking line drive. Tigers threaten but do not score.
Hurry. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on, looping liner to left. Kwan, late break coming in, makes the catch. Again, it sounded like another broken bat. And the swing may have fooled Kwan, but the Gold Glover recovered. And we've played a half.
Dylan Cease. Abrams to right field. Johnson coming in. He makes the catch. No hits for the Nats. Dylan Cease throws a no-hitter. The second no-hitter in Padres history. There'll be a sea of San Diegans celebrating back home today.
Dylan Cease has no-hit the Washington Nationals. On a rainy Thursday in D.C., the Padres will celebrate.
Find out if that went into the water. Because if it did, there's never been a right-handed hitter that has done it since this ballpark opened its doors in 2000. And they're telling us in the truck that he indeed did have a splash hit. And that is the first one ever by a right-handed hitter.
Swing and a drive. Deep toward left. Number 2,000, a home run. Paul Goldschmidt's first career hit came in 2011 against Matt Cain. Number 1,000 against German Marquez and the Colorado Rockies 7 years ago. And tonight, July 26-2024, number 2000 against Kyle Finnegan on 2-run homer.
Like you said, Dan, been unbelievable, not just this year, but last as well. He's continued that into the postseason. He's out there with a four-seamer, a two-seam fastball, changeup, sweeper, and a cutter, and that cutter is filthy. He'll throw it to both-handed hitters, both sides of the plate.
Stephen Kwan actually hits lefties better than righties. First pitch to Kwan is a fastball outside, ball one. Reese Olson has been out warming. He is up already and warming right now. It looks like he is probably ready. The 1-0, swinging a fly ball, right field, that's deep. Over back Vierling, that's off the top of the wall. Vierling's going to play it on one hop. Throw to second, won't be in time. Stephen Kwan motors into second base. He just missed a home run by inches. Leadoff double here in the first.
Stephen Kwan got a fastball in. It was the two-seam sinking fastball. Started in the middle of the plate, didn't do a whole lot. And Kwan got the barrel to it. And it looked like Matt really didn't quite see it off the bat. Took a little bit of a different route to it, but it didn't matter anyway. It was off the wall. He ends up on second base with a leadoff double.
Brings up David Fry, right-handed batter. First pitch, swing and a pop-up back our way, just below us. We're perched above home plate, a great vantage point in this terrific ballpark, just to the first base side. Ballpark that most years plays pretty pitcher-friendly. This year, for a variety of reasons, a little more hitter-friendly. Run scoring was up, and so were home runs in doubles. Fry takes a pitch inside. This is a batter that the Tigers, for the most part, handled this year. He got off to a great start, cooled off in the second half, and then he was just largely relegated to pinch hitting duties in September. Getting the start today, the 1-1. Down and in, the changeup misses. Bolton good against lefties, good against righties. Just a little bit tougher against lefties, but he's got a repertoire of pitches that can get both sides out almost equally well. The 2-1, swing and a miss. That pitch to both sides of the plate, the cutter, is weapon number one.
That's a good pitch right there. Throws it on the inner third, and it cuts just off the inside edge. By the time you go to swing at it, it's not where you expected it to be.
2-2. Down and in. He missed with the cutter. This is a Cleveland team that doesn't walk a whole lot. Some of the best contact in the league for 3 years running now. They will chase a little bit, but when they chase, they make contact. Tough to rack up any level of strikeouts against the Guardians. 3-2, line foul into the netting down the left field line. Fry's going to see at least 7 pitches in this trip to the plate. With Reese Olson up already, you would think, Bobby, that Tyler Holton is targeted to go through Josh Naylor.
I would think so, especially you're going to get Ramirez right-handed, which is the best of two bad options. And then Naylor behind him.
Swinging a foul out of play, change up away.
He's gone with that cutter down and in. He just threw a changeup that was away right there. Because Fry is trying to get that runner to third base, hit something hard to the right side. You may see him throw that two-seamer in, try to run it back over. Or maybe to change up away, get him to roll over it.
3-2 inside. He walked in. This is really one of the biggest keys to this entire series. As AJ said on the pregame, you're constantly aware of where this guy is. Jose Ramirez has a chance to bat with 2 men on in its first at-bat of the division series. The whole key, having him bat with nobody on base. First pitch to Ramirez, a little bit low. Much better as a right-handed batter this year. Incredible Aaron Judge-like numbers from the right side. He hit .350 with a home run every 11 at-bats. They're on their feet here at Progressive Field. Big jam early for Tyler Holton, the 1-0. Off the plate and in, and he had big numbers against the Tigers. The Tigers held him off last year. He hit just 160 with a couple of home runs. This year he torched the Tigers, pitching .350 with 5 home runs, not even 50 at-bats. The 2-0, swing and a miss. Change-up down below the strike zone.
Yeah, good pitch right there. These misses from Tyler Holton aren't big, but they're misses nonetheless, and he's behind in the count. He's having to really dig deep here to execute pitches against this Guardian lineup.
Ramirez will hit the ball on the ground, swinging a tap foul. He's been a little more aggressive this year, not drawing walks as he has in past years. Tyler Holton now knows how to get a ground ball. See if he can get one right here. Not an easy guy to double up with the speed of Ramirez. McKinstry deep at third, straight up at short for Sweeney. Keith ducking in behind Quan at second.
12th leadoff home run of the year. Oh, man, he drills one to deep right field, and that one is gone. His second home run of the game, and a high fly ball to deep right field. They've come all the way back. Kyle Schwarber's third home run of the night. Unbelievable.
You talk about making a statement.
One out away for Dylan Cease. Abrams to right field. Johnson coming in. He makes the catch. No hits for the Nats. Dylan Cease throws a no-hitter. The second no-hitter in Padres history. There'll be a sea of San Diegans celebrating back home today.
Dylan Cease has no-hit the Washington Nationals. On a rainy Thursday in D.C., the Padres will celebrate.
To finally elapse so Stephen Kwan can bat. The work that Montero did in between appearances on the roster. Stephen Kwan takes a pitch outside. AJ talking about how they wanted him kind of moving down the hill a little bit better and refining some of his pitches, but clearly they feel like he has more weapons against this Cleveland offense and is the better choice for this series. A 1-0, swinging a foul out of play, 1-1.
Well, you know, a lot of these things are like matchups. It's just like when AJ decides to pinch hit for a certain batter in a certain situation. It's not about the guy he's taking out. It's more about the matchups he's bringing in. And like you said, Dan, the weapons that Cater Montero has.
1-1 in the dirt, 2-1 on Kwan. He doubled to start that 5-run uprising in the first.
I would imagine specifically that both breaking balls, both the curveball and the slider, he can get swing and miss in the zone with both of them. We lost his way a little bit down the stretch, and so he's able to find it, and he's on the roster.
2-1, swinging a little soft ground ball foul, dribbles over by the Tigers dugout on the first base side. Holton was the opener today. Kwan doubled off the right field wall, missed a home run by just inches on the second pitch of the game. Fry drew a rare walk-off Tyler Holton, the 2-2.
Ball.
Just below the strike zone. Kwan, toughest batter to strike out in the American League the last 2 years. Deep in that left-handed batter's box, feet close together, upright, very quiet stance, extends the hands away from the left shoulder as he cocks the bat over it. The 3-2. Low and in. Slider missed. Tigers did such a good job making sure that the most dangerous bats in the Houston lineup, and it was, you just circled, of course, Altuve, but then Tucker and Alvarez. Those two only had a couple of at-bats the entire 2 games with men on base. And again, that's the goal for Ramirez, who's standing in the on-deck circle, casting a rather large shadow for a guy who's only 5'8". Fry takes a pitch down and in, make sure that he bats as many times in this series as possible with nobody on. Meadows charges in Fields, and for the second time in this game, in the second inning, Jose Ramirez will step to the plate with a couple of men on.
Well, again, walked to Kwan, got behind him, ended up walking him. 1-0 to David Fry, gets a base hit on the sinker in the middle of the plate. Talked about it all year. It's been a strength of this Tiger pitching all year long. You got to get first pitch strike, and you got to get to leverage. It's not happened early, and hasn't been good thus far.
Ramirez now batting from the left side, weaker, quote-unquote, this year. It just means he's not as dangerous. He had ridiculous numbers from the right side. He takes a strike on the outside edge. First batter that Reese Olson faced was Lane Thomas in the first, and he had the first pitch that he threw over the big wall in left field. Ramirez takes a pitch outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Pretty cozy dimensions here at Progressive Field. Just 325 down the left field line. The 1-1, swinging a foul over the screen. Well, back third base side. The wall then angles out and goes across. It's a 19-foot wall that you have to carry in left field. It goes all the way out, almost all the way out to direct straightaway center. 400 to straightaway center. About 380 in the gap. So 1-2, fly ball, center field. Deep but playable. Parker Meadows gets behind it, makes the catch. Kwan's heading to third. The throw will go to second. Ramirez advances the runner to third, puts runners at the corners, 1 out for Josh Naylor in a 5-0 game. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. This game brought to you in part by Meyer, proud hometown partner of the Detroit Tigers. Instant replay brought to you every game by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. When you need the right call made, it's 1-800-CALL-SAM. 5-0 Cleveland. We're in the second. Reese Olson, one of his improvements this year, getting a lot more ground balls, change-up bounces. That's the pitch that I would say he struggles with the most. He just doesn't get it in the strike zone very often. A very low percentage of the time that's in the strike zone. He gets a lot of chase. But Bobby, just a little more in the strike zone, that could be a real weapon.
No, absolutely. And he's capable of doing that. We've seen flashes of it. But he absolutely, he's got the good pitch profile.
1-0 to Naylor, swing and a miss. Slider under the bat, down and in.
Really good pitch right there. Right in, under the hands. Looks like a fastball down for the longest time. Takes a sharp left-hand turn.
Sweeney at short, shades up the middle, the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Helmet almost flies off, and there's a good changeup right at the bottom rail, 1-2.
That's the one he wanted on the first pitch right there. That's an excellent pitch. Looks like a heater. Good arm action. Peels about 8 miles an hour with his fastball, and then there's sinking action away from Naylor.
Naylor calls time. Great double play candidate, and one of the big improvements in addition, and these really go hand in hand in addition to limiting the power numbers this year. For Reese Olson, the ground ball rate way up. Knows how to get a ground ball with men on base. He could use one right here. Put up that 0 here in the second. The 1-2, swing and a miss. He'll take the strikeout, though. Change up, pulled it down and in. Josh Naylor strikes out. Runners at the corners. 2 outs. And that'll leave it up to Lane Thomas.
That's a good pitch right there by Olson. Happy accident. Because Jake Rogers wanted that down and away from Josh Naylor. He gets it down and in, but the action on it and peeling off the 9 miles an hour had him out in front. Good pitch.
First strikeout for Reese Olson, 9th batter that he faced. Lane Thomas steps to the plate. First pitch on the inside corner starts him off with a fastball, strike 1. Olson works over toward the third base side of the rubber. Peers over his left shoulder at the runner at first, Fry. Kwan coming down the line at third, delivers, check swing, went too far. Sinker down and in. That was his best pitch this year, that 2-seam sinking fastball. Throws that in the 4-seam, about the same amount. Hits it, got a ton of ground balls, a lot of easy outs. The 0-2. Fry takes off, and he'll go down to second base. No throw. Pitch just missed inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That'll be a steal for Fry, team that 3rd in the American League in stolen bases. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with a changeup down below the knees. Thomas strikes out, and a nice job by Reese Olson to put up that 0 after the first 2 batters reached. We head to the 3rd inning.
There's a fly ball to right. And that is going to be way gone. Churio sends one out of here to make it 3-0. Jackson Churio with serious opposite field pop. Number 20 for the 20-year-old.
Youngest player
MLB history to record 20-plus homers, 20-plus stolen bases. It's incredible. Broken now, right field, and Gunnar Henderson has gone yard again to start the game. And with that, Gunnar Henderson holds the new single-season title for home runs by an Orioles shortstop. Move over Cal and move over Miguel Tejada. It's now Gunnar Henderson's world.
I was glad to see Luis want to hit.
Yeah, I can't see him sitting out.
Is this going to
get in there? Get in there!
It will. Same where the other went the other night. Two of them. He had a double and a triple on that same spot the other night. And he's got himself a double here to lead it off.
And look at his teammates. I think his teammates know as well. They want that ball. Get that ball back in. It's where the
fly ball to right field, sending Fernando back towards the wall. He leaps and makes the catch. Fernando made the grab and right. Why? Because he is Fernando. Time the leap, brings it down. Says no.
Get ready for another bobblehead. That's a platinum glove at work. A good old-fashioned snatch it back.
Sports. This is WTAM 1100, Cleveland, home of the Cavaliers and Guardians, an iHeartRadio station.
Well, it'll be the second time through the order now for Tanner Bybee. 5-0 Cleveland, top of the third. Let's go downstairs to Andre.
As we go to that second time through the lineup for Tanner Bybee, look for the changeup to become one of the pitches he uses. He tried to stay away from it early, as he did during the regular season, Hammy, as you know.
Yeah.
But now he'll use that as his next weapon to kind of settle himself in. Also, remember Riley Green. He is their all-star, as you talked about.
And he started them off with a good curveball. Strike one. Tanner Bybee into the windup. And the next delivery. And he went to the off-speed and missed low 1-1. Well, I have a moment here. Want to send along our very best wishes and thoughts and prayers to Jim Donovan and his family, Cheryl and Megan. One of the great voices here in Cleveland throughout the years. The pitch, and it's in there, a strike. Jimmy, of course, the longtime voice of the Cleveland Browns and a longtime sports and news anchor at Channel 3 here in town in his battle with cancer. Now the windup and the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, popped him up. Left side of the infield. Jose Ramirez, the third baseman, is under it. Makes the catch to retire Parker Meadows. But Jimmy would love to be here today, and even more so would love to be in Washington, D.C. tomorrow to call the Browns game. And Jim, we love you, man. We pull for you. We keep you in our thoughts and prayers. If you're not a person that believes in prayers, whatever it is, keep Jimmy and his family with you, because he is an icon in this city. Here's Kerry Carpenter. He takes a look at a fastball strike. The left-handed hitting DH singled his first time up. 5-0 Cleveland. We're in the third. Tanner Bybee into the motion. The 0-1. A swing and a miss, high heat. Oh, I think he's found it, Rosie.
Well, and that's the key. Andre mentioned the changeups, and he's had that working. And if he can get them to start to chase the fastball at the upper part of the zone, no chance.
Bybee, 27 pitches in the first inning, 17 in the second. We're in the third, 5-0 Cleveland. The kick and delivery. Inside, off the glove of Naylor to the backstop, 1-2 the count. Yeah, you get so used to talking about pitch count. I guess it's kind of a moot point, isn't it, with Cleveland's bullpen?
Yeah, and especially postseason. You mentioned it earlier. They'll go there quickly if they need to.
Yeah.
But good luck getting the ball out of Bybee's hands if you're Stephen Vogt.
Now the windup by Tanner Bybee. And the right-handers 1-2.
Swing and a miss. Fastball down and away. Eats up Carpenter. 5 strikeouts for Bybee. He's getting locked in, folks. Here's Matt Vierling. Grounded out his only time up. Cleveland getting 5 in the first. The big blow, the Lane Thomas 3-run bomb to the bleachers and left. The wind and pitch, down low a ball. Also important in that first inning, Bybee got out of a mini jam. You never know how a game's complexion can change when a team gets up early. And Bybee worked out of it in the first, leaving 2 men aboard. Now the 1-0. Swung on a chopper to the second baseman. Jimenez, belt high hop. He'll throw to first. Vierling's out. First 1-2-3 inning for Tanner Bybee. Look out, folks. He's got that look now. 5-0 Cleveland.
That will set the stage for Xavier Edwards. Selfishly looking for a single to complete the cycle. Towards short. Adames has it. Gets rid of it quick. And he's safe. It's a single. And it's a cycle.
The second ever cycle in Marlins franchise history belongs to Xavier Edwards. It took 30 years, a rise, and now Edwards.
There's a fly ball to right. And that is going to be way gone. Churio sends one out of here to make it 3-0. Jackson Churio with serious opposite field pop. Number 20 for the 20-year-old.
Youngest player in MLB history to record 20-plus homers, 20-plus stolen bases.
It's incredible.
That one is blasted deep to right field, and the Phillies get this road trip off on a good note. It's his 12th leadoff home run of the year. Oh, man, he drills one to deep right field, and that one is gone. His second home run of the game, and a high fly ball to deep right field. They've come all the way back. Kyle Schwarber's 3rd home run of the night. Unbelievable.
You talk about making a statement.
Charlie heads out, began his Rockies career in center field, gonna end it the same way.
Charlie with a base hit. Gotta love it.
Make sure you get that baseball, too.
Good for Charlie. Base hit in his final at bat. I'm sure that played into Buddy's decision.
Charlie Blackmon's career as a Rocky has come to an end. And here is the standing ovation yet again.
Lawrence Butler time. He gets a hold of one early, and this ball's gonna fly on out. The growth he's seen over Butler. This one hit hard towards center field, and right on cue, Lawrence Butler adds another. Including his last save opportunity. That ball is belted. Lawrence Butler does it again.
Oh my God.
All tied up in the Queen City.
The right-hander here in the bottom of the 3rd will face 6, 7, and 8 in the lineup. Andres Jimenez, John Kenzie Noel, and Bo Naylor. 5-0 Cleveland. Jimenez with a single his first time up. Gorgeous 68-degree day, bathed in sunshine off the lakefront. Shadows will be an issue deeper into this game. The pitch. Jimenez looks, it's low, ball 1. Andres Jimenez, infield hit his first time up. The kick and delivery, and it's a strike called. 1-1 to count. Reese Olson. He fires, and he hit him in the foot. Andres Jimenez hit by the pitch. What else is new? Andres Jimenez is like a magnet. He was hit by a pitch 15 times this year. And why wouldn't he get hit by a pitch in game 1 of the postseason?
And the Guardians used to have Brandon Geyer, who was really good at getting hit by pitches. But I think Jimenez has just about put him to to bed in terms of all-time greats and getting hit by a pitch.
Now Jhonkensy Noel in right field. The pitch, and he takes low. Cleveland went, and again, remember, it's a 26-man postseason roster, 2 fewer than you had in September. Cleveland, because it's a 5-game series, went with 14 position players, 12 pitchers. Toss to first, Jimenez back with a dive. Manager Stephen Vogt said on the pregame show, that's because of Detroit's propensity to have bullpen games. You want to have a few more options as far as pinch hitters later in a ball game. Thus, you have 5 guys on your bench instead of 4. The pitch, swing, and a foul back. Oh, Jhonkensy Noel would like that fastball back. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Cleveland added Tyler Freeman, who played most of the year with Cleveland and a real glue guy in that clubhouse, as well as a guy that was a spark plug in the outfield and on the infield. He's been added. Breaking ball down and away, 2-1. Some really tough decisions. Ben Lively, Nick Sandlin, and Pedro Avila did not make the 12-man pitching staff. Now the 2-1 pitch and a swing and a broken bat foul third base side, 2-2. And Voter was saying those are brutal discussions. Guys that were so important to this club all year, not that they won't be on the roster if they advance, but to tell them they weren't going to be here today. And to give you an idea how close-knit this group is. First off, those 3 guys were crushed. Who wouldn't be? Pedro Avila, what he has done for this bullpen. Today, Pedro Avila came in from the players' lot into the clubhouse, huge boombox, blaring the music, even though he didn't make the club, just to be there to show the guys, hey, I'm still here to support you. I'm not going to be dour about it. That pitch in the dirt, full count. I think, Rosie, that's a microcosm. You can talk about being a close-knit club, but when adversity hits like it did to Pedro Avila, the way he responded.
Well, and to your point, he may be needed in the next series, if there is a next series for Cleveland.
Now the set by Olsen and the 3-2 pitch to Noel. Strike 3 call. I tell you what, Adam Beck did a double take before he rung him up. Noel started for first. Adam Beck hesitated. And the only thing missing was a moonwalk from Leslie Nielsen on the 3rd strike call. And another pitch that was low and out of the zone. I'll let Rosie handle the umpires.
Come on.
1 out, 1 on. Here's Bo Naylor fouling it off to the left.
That was a tough one right there. When you got to look at it on replay for sure. Hey, to your point too, Tom, to win a division title, you need more than the 26. You need a lot more than the 26.
Yep.
But you can't keep them all for the postseason.
Right.
That's the hard part.
Now the set. Toss over Rosie. I'll never forget 2007 CC Sabathia Cy Young winner, Fausto Carmona 19-game winner. Cliff Lee had a tough year. He got sent back to AAA Buffalo. Cliff Lee, a guy you'd been counting on. Here's the set by Reese Olson. Now the 0-1 high, 1-1, 5-0 Cleveland, 1 out, 1 on, 3rd inning. Cliff Lee and his wife traveled all October with the ball club, even though he was not on the postseason roster. The next year, Cliff Lee, American League Cy Young Award winner, 22-3. The 1-1, swing and a foul off to the left, 1-2. And Cliff Lee was an example of a guy that could have said, you sent me to Buffalo, you don't put me on the postseason roster, you want me to travel with the team? He did. And then the next year, one of the greatest seasons we've ever seen a Cleveland pitcher have. That's a true teammate. Now the 1-2 pitch. And Naylor swings and dribbles one fouled first base side. We'll do it again at 1-2.
Usually the characteristics of teams that are winning clubs and then make a good run in the postseason have that.
Yeah.
What you just mentioned. And I'm sure Cleveland, the players who are not a part of this roster right now, they're still a huge part of it.
5-0 Cleveland. Jimenez at first, one down. The 1-2 pitch to Naylor. Swung on, fouled it off again. So Reese Olson out of the bullpen now. Next pitch will be his 50th in relief. But with Detroit down 5-0, you get a sense A.J. Hinch isn't going to make a lot of changes unless his club whittles at this deficit. Olson's ready, hands chest high, lets it fly, and got him swinging on a great changeup. Right now, Reese Olson's best pitch might be his changeup, his 4th strikeout, and there are 2 down in the 3rd with a runner at first, and Brian Rocchio, the hitter, flied out to the warning track in right his first time up. He'll bat left-handed.
Yes, there's the off day tomorrow, but because they played in the wild card, I'm sure they would love to give a lot of these relievers some time off here today if Olson can continue what he's doing.
Now the pitch. Upstairs, ball 1. Cleveland 5, Detroit 0. We're in the bottom of the 3rd, game 1 of the division series. Of course, other games today. Kansas City at New York. Philly hosting the Mets. San Diego at L.A. Now the 1-0. In tight, ball 2. Oh my gosh, it's called a strike. 1-1 the count.
San Diego, L.A. moving to the top of the list of rivalries in baseball right now.
I don't think anyone wants to play San Diego with that new bullpen of theirs. Here's the 1-1. Runner goes. Pitch taken low. Rogers slings it to second late. Head first slide. Jimenez with 30 steals. Picks up his first in postseason. Boy, Jake Rogers has a funky throwing motion for a catcher. Almost sidearm. The way he was slinging that coming out of the crouch. He got it there in a hurry. So now a runner at second, 2 down in the 3rd, 5-0 Cleveland, a 2-1 count on Rocchio. Olson's next delivery, swung on, chopped to first. Big hop by the ball to Torkelson. Head first slide by Rocchio, but Torkelson beats him easily. So we've played 3 innings here in game 1 on this gorgeous Saturday in Northeast Ohio. Cleveland 5, Detroit 0 on the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network.
Stop by the Guardians.
On the ground at third. Machado touches third, fires to second. Out at first. Oh my goodness! It's a triple play. It ends the ball game. The San Diego Padres have clinched their spot in the postseason after a magical 2024 campaign. What a way to wrap it up, and they will celebrate in LA tonight. 2 games back in the division. That's not over yet.
Tyler Fitzgerald, who's hit a home run in each of the last 4 games he's been in. Swing, and he hits a high drive deep to left field. And has he done it again? Yes, he has. Way back into the Dodger bullpen. Now that is an amazing feat. That's the 5th game in a row in which Tyler Fitzgerald has hit a home run.
Well, he gets a hanging breaking ball. You've been sitting upstairs to this guy right now, and he's going to make you pay.
Payoff pitch. High fly ball out towards right center field. Pete Crow Armstrong at the wall. Jump high. He made the catch. Oh, baby. Pete Crow Armstrong steals a homer. And that is how this one comes to an end.
And the Cubs win the ball game. Pete Crow Armstrong with a dazzling display of defense tonight.
Maybe that swing. Drives it in the air. Deep left center. Judge leaping. And he made the catch. Oh, Aaron Judge. What a play. He does it all. And there's the double play. Send him to Monument Park now.
What a double play by the Yankee defense, and what a catch by the captain. What a way to end the inning.
awesome. What a beautiful day today here in downtown Cleveland.
You know what? How many times have we said we've missed the boat not having more day games for the postseason? We got our wish.
Bright sunshine, 68 degrees at game time. And Tanner Bybee back to work facing Riley Green. And Green takes strike one on the outside corner. Green hit by a pitch his first time up. Bybee had 55 pitches. He settled down a little bit, had a 1-2-3 third inning. Here's his 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2 the count on Green. Another of the Tigers who missed some time when the Guardians were playing Detroit every day in July, it seemed. So it really is a different look that we see this time around. Here's the 0-2. Outside and high, 1-2. And that's a different team. And with Parker Meadows back, they can put him in center and Green in left. And that improves their defense in the outfield. Here comes the 1-2 from Bybee. Swung on, line, left side. That'll get down for a base hit. And Green's aboard with a leadoff single here in the fourth inning. You know, the Tigers, they've settled things down a little bit after that wild first inning. And they're trying to get a couple of runs on the board and turn the momentum a little bit in this game as Colt Keith will step in. Line to left his first time up. What a rookie season it has been for Keith. After a slow start, he really caught fire in mid-May. Here's the pitch to him, and he swings and pops it up foul out of play. Now, he had some extra work to do during the week. As Tom mentioned earlier, he's from the Zanesville area, and I saw him yesterday. He said, I managed to get 15 tickets for friends, family, buddies from that area, but they're all Cleveland fans, and I told him you can't be for the week. Come on now. Of course, family's going to be on his side, but his friends, he wasn't sure. Here comes the 0-1 from Bybee. Fastball up, and the count's now 1-1 on Keith.
I think everybody that's part of a baseball club, broadcasters included, got text messages that started out this week. You may not remember me, but I was wondering if you could get me tickets for Saturday's game.
Here's the 1-1 outside. 2-1 the count on Keith. How do you handle those?
Delete.
You're right. I don't remember you. Here comes the 2-1. And it's on its way. And it's on the inside corner for a strike. Good slider that time from Bybee. Hey, you'd love to be able to take care of everybody because it's just a great time of year. But well, that can be the challenge sometimes. Everyone who wants to get in just can't. And it is a packed house today and will be again on Monday before the scene shifts to Detroit on Wednesday. Here comes the 2-2 from Bybee. Swung on, popped him up foul out of play, and that's into the upper deck on the third base side. And we'll do it again on 2-2 to Colt Keith, who the Tigers, before he played a game this season in the major leagues, they signed him to a long-term contract extension. That's how much they believed in what he had done in the minor leagues. Here's the 2-2. Low and inside. He missed with the slider again. And the count's now 3-2 on Keith with Green at first. A leadoff single for him. 5-0. Guardians in front with 5 runs on 5 hits. No runs, 3 hits for the Tigers. Here comes Bybee's payoff pitch. Breaking ball high and outside. He lost him. And now the Tigers have something going in the fourth. 2 on, nobody out. It brings up Spencer Torkelson. And again, it's these spots that's why the Tigers drafted this guy first in the 2020 draft. He hasn't been able to produce consistently yet, but he's in a key spot now. Here's the pitch to him. Swung on, ground ball, third base. Ramirez to second for one. Jimenez to first. Double play. Around the horn they went. The Guardians turn 2. Riley advances to third, but now 2 down. Boy, there's so many reasons why Jimenez is a Gold Glover. And that turn at second so fast. And he's able to complete the double play over to first. So now it's Zach McKinstry. Reached on a double his first time up. And it's swung on and drilled foul down the right side and out of play near the corner bar area. No room for the ball to land down there. It is shoulder to shoulder, belly to belly in the corner bar. And they were there early. That's the standing room. So when the gates open, the race is on to get the good standing room spots. Here comes the 0-1 to Zach McKinstry. With Green at third, here's the pitch. And it's swung on, bounced to Naylor at first. Scoops it up, flips to Bybee in time for the out at first. Bybee works out of it. We head to the bottom half of the fourth inning. It's still the Guardians 5, the Tigers nothing.
Gear up for the postseason at...
That one is blasted deep to right field, and the Phillies get this road trip off on a good note. It's his 12th leadoff home run of the year. Oh, man, he drills one to deep right field, and that one is gone. His second home run of the game, and a high fly ball to deep right field. They've come all the way back. Kyle Schwarber's third home run of the night. Unbelievable.
You talk about making a statement. Broken now, right field, and Gunnar Henderson has gone yard again to start the game. And with that, Gunnar Henderson holds the new single-season title for home runs by an Orioles shortstop. Move over Cal and move over Miguel Tejada. It's now Gunnar Henderson's world. Maybe that swing. Drives it in the air. Deep left center. Judge leaping. And he made the catch. Oh, Aaron Judge. What a play. He does it all. And there's the double play. Send him to Monument Park now.
What a double play by the Yankee defense, and what a catch by the captain. What a way to end the inning.
Payoff pitch. Fly ball out towards right center field. Pete Crow Armstrong at the wall. Jumps. And he made the catch. Oh, baby. Pete Crow Armstrong steals a homer. And that is how this one comes to an end.
And the Cubs win the ball game. Pete Crow Armstrong with a dazzling display of defense tonight.
As Tatis leaves the building, and this place is on its feet. Padres lead it 2-0. I'm telling you right now, Brandon Tatis did not.
Runs are almost unbeatable, and a lot of the players will tell you it's because of what Stephen Kwan does at the top of the lineup, and he's done it again today. He's led off 2 innings already, has a double and a walk as he's leading off his third time in the 4th inning of this ball game.
He digs in from the left side, facing right-hander Reese Olson. Here's the pitch, and it's swung on and lifted high in the air to right center. Fairly deep, long run for Meadows, and he just glides over there and makes the catch. Thank you, Andre. And Parker Meadows, man, he's smooth out there in center field. And again, we did not get a chance to see him very much because he missed a fair amount of time this season, including a lot of the games that these teams played against each other with a hamstring injury. But he pulled one in there in right center, and Kwan's retired for the first time today. Here's David Fry. He has walked and singled in 2 trips. The pitch to him, down low, ball 1. Excuse me. A strike on the outside corner. Looked like it was down low, but no. So it's 0-1 on Fry. Olsen right back with the 0-1. Inside for a ball, 1-1. Fry could be one of those sleeper hitters for the Guardians. A great first half. It helped him make the All-Star team, but was slowed in the second half. Here's the 1-1. Waved at and missed, and it's 1-2. But he had a good last couple of weeks, and now off to a nice start here in the division series with that walk and a run scored, and then the single his last time in the second. 5-0. Guardians in front, bottom of the fourth inning. Here's Olsen's 1-2, down low. Went with a changeup that time, and he's had a good one. Count now 2-2 on Fry with Jose Ramirez lurking in the on-deck circle. Olsen, just the second pitcher used today for the Tigers. Here's the 2-2, swung on, fouled off, and it remains 2-2. And we say just because it was a bullpen day for the Tigers today, and a lot of times they don't go with a bulk pitcher to fill some innings after the opener. They'll flat out use 7-8 pitchers if they can to get through a game with great success. Here's the 2-2. Swung on, and that's looped on the ground on the first base side of the infield. Torkelson has it, flips to Olsen covering, and he's there ahead of Fry. It's a good defensive play by both Torkelson and Olsen. And the result, 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the fourth with Jose Ramirez stepping in. Ramirez got the scoring started back in the first inning when he reached on an error on a hot smash to the third baseman, Zach McKinstry. It got off his glove and then passed him down the line. And a run scored, the first of the game. And the Guardians went on to score 5 times in that first inning. The pitch to Ramirez, down low, ball 1. This is second crack at Reese Olsen. He flied to deep center his first time around in the second inning. Ramirez, switch hitter in there from the left side. Here comes the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Another good changeup from Olsen. That'll even the count at 1-1. Ramirez with 25 of his 39 home runs from the left side, and obviously he hits a lot more from the left side. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. And the count's now 1-2 on Ramirez. What a remarkable year. 39 home runs, 39 doubles, 41 stolen bases. Missed that coveted 40-40 mark, home runs and steals, by just the 1. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, popped him up foul down the third base line and into the seats. And Jose, as only he can, was saying this week, well, I'll just have to do it next year. Maybe do 50-50 next year. Would you put it past him? No. What a career he's had. And still going strong. Here comes the 1-2 delivery. Swung on, and there's a high fly ball to right center. Moving over the right fielder. Veerling makes the catch looking into the sun. Had to battle that to put it away. Side retired in order. We're headed to the 5th. It's still Cleveland 5, Detroit nothing.
Hey, Guardians fan.
That one is blasted deep to right field, and the Phillies get this road trip off on a good note. It's his 12th leadoff home run of the year. Oh, man, he drills one to deep right field, and that one is gone. His second home run of the game, and a high fly ball to deep right field. They've come all the way back. Kyle Schwarber's 3rd home run of the night. Unbelievable.
You talk about making a statement. Lindor gets under one to center field. Harris going back. It's back near the wall, and it's out of here. Linsanity again. Francisco Lindor flips the script with a 2-run homer, and the Mets go in front 8-7. Oh, wow.
I can't believe my eyes.
No, that's not even on the FM dial.
That was unreal.
I don't even know if I want to high-five him. He might not be rated the next week.
Well, light your hand on fire.
Yes.
A 105.5 punch-out Tommy Edman.
That is pounded deep out to left. The walk-off slam for Wyatt Langford.
Steps up here in the bottom of the ninth with the bases loaded and just unleashes on Clay Holmes with a game-winning walk-off grand slam home run.
A wild adventure this one was tonight.
Between the Guardians and the Tigers. Trey Sweeney to lead things off for Detroit, their young shortstop, facing Tanner Bybee, who's been solid, has kept Detroit at bay, and that big first inning holding up for Cleveland. The pitch to Sweeney is drilled right field, moving over Noel, and he makes the running catch. Heading toward the alley in right center and coming in on that ball. But Noel, as we have seen most of the time, takes a good route and also gets a decent jump. Now the big man put it away for out number one, and now Jake Rogers at the plate. Rogers struck out his first time up, right-handed hitting catcher. Bybee into the windup, and here's his pitch. Fastball on the inside corner for a strike. 93 miles an hour. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Down low, 1-1. Well, you look back early in the season, and he's here at the ballpark today. Shane Bieber, the ace of the staff, coming out of spring training and was terrific the first two games, but then Tommy John surgery with the elbow injury. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, fouled off, and the count's 1-2. And I asked Tanner, I said, did you feel any extra responsibility after that happened as the new front man for the staff? And he said, no, that's outside stuff. He goes, I just go out and pitch to the best of my ability. And he certainly believes he can be that type of pitcher. So a really impressive year for him. Here's the 1-2. And it's down low, 2-2. And we've seen Shane Bieber open series in the past in the postseason. And Tanner Bybee is giving a great account of himself here today. It's not easy.
And would you ever be doubtful of Shane Bieber not being a factor next year for somebody?
Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. The curve gets him. And Bybee just racked up his sixth strikeout.
And I think, Rosie, of what Matthew Boyd has done this year. Now, look, everybody's Tommy John injury, surgery, recovery is different. But Matthew Boyd had his June of a year ago and has been a factor now for a few months. Shane Bieber is going to help somebody in 2025.
Top of the lineup, Parker Meadows steps in. The pitch to him, fastball, strike called on the inside corner. Boy, that'll be interesting to see. Is it here or will it be somewhere else for Shane Bieber?
Be great to have him back, wouldn't it?
It sure would. Here comes the 0-1 delivery from Bybee. Swung on, and that's looped to shallow right center. Moving over and playing it on one hop is Lane Thomas. That'll be a single for Parker Meadows. He's now 1 for 3.
They just don't go away, do they?
No, not that it's uneasy right now, but certainly you feel like because of their track record recently for the Tigers that, yeah, they are kind of hanging around. And that's it for Tanner Bybee. Here comes Stephen Vogt. There was activity in the pen, and Bybee's day is done in the fifth. What a hand for Bybee. Standing O, and Bybee looking at the fans and saying, come on, get up.
Down the line. Hit well. And on a hair.
And now we want to find out if that went into the water. Because if it did, there's never been a right-handed hitter that has done it since this ballpark opened its doors in 2000. And they're telling us in the truck that he indeed did have a splash hit. And that is the first one ever by a right-handed hitter.
Will set the stage for Xavier Edwards. Selfishly looking for a single to complete the cycle. Towards short, Adames has it, gets rid of it quick, and he's safe! It's a single, and it's a cycle!
The second ever cycle in Marlins franchise history belongs to Xavier Edwards. It took 30 years, a rise, and now Edwards.
Holds the new single-season title for home runs.
Field Monday starting at noon, right here on WTAM 1100.
5-0 Cleveland, and they're into the best bullpen in Major League Baseball as Cade Smith is brought on here in the 5th inning, taking over for the starter, Tanner Bybee. Kerry Carpenter will dig in for the Tigers with a man aboard at first. That's Parker Meadows, a 2-out single here in the 5th. And now Smith, one of the top young pitchers in baseball. The pitch swung on, foul back and out of play into the upper deck. 0-1 the count on Carpenter, who singled in the first, then struck out in the third. Smith, the last man to make the opening day roster, and he'll get consideration for Rookie of the Year. Here's the 0-1, swing and a miss, and it's 0-2 on Carpenter. Smith, 74 appearances, 6-1, a 1.91 ERA. 0-2 the count on Carpenter. The pitch to him. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Smith comes on, blows him away on 3 pitches, side retired. We head to the bottom of the 5th. 5-0 Guardians over the Tigers.
In the visitors' bullpen, a judgy at blast. All right, here comes the judge.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. It was 105.5 miles an hour.
No way! 105.5!
I can't believe my eyes.
No, that's not even on the FM dial.
That was unreal.
I don't even know if I want to high-five him. He might not be rated the next week.
Well, light your hand on fire. Yes. At least. A 105.5 punch out Tommy Edman.
The pitch. He struck him out. And the Kansas City Royals move on to the division series. And the Kansas City Royals, who lost 106 last year, the most ever by a team that made the playoffs the next year, not only make the playoffs, they march on. And the Baltimore Orioles have lost 10 straight postseason games in a row.
That is pounded. Wood. Deep out to left. The walk-off slam for Wyatt Langford.
Steps up here in the bottom of the ninth with the bases loaded and just unleashes on Clay Holmes with a game-winning walk-off grand slam home run.
A wild adventure this one was tonight.
Josh Naylor to lead things off. He'll face Reese Olson, who's been on since the first inning. And this is a shot in the arm for the Tigers that may pay dividends down the road if it doesn't today, as Olson has really helped out that pen. Here's his pitch to Naylor. Swing and a miss, strike one. There is action out in that Tiger bullpen right now. They have a right-hander getting loose. Naylor drove in a run with a single in the first, then struck out in the second. The pitch to him, outside and low.
Well, it's pretty impressive how he has completely stopped Cleveland's momentum. Now, the problem is for him, he also was a part of that, giving up the 3-run homer, but he's giving his club a chance.
Here's the 1-1. Swung on, and that's wrapped on the ground to the first baseman, Torkelson. Snares it right near the bag and steps on the bag for the out.
He said get over.
Naylor, I don't know if he thought that was a foul ball, but he didn't run very much, and then had a question for Adam Beck, the home plate umpire. Well, he's retired. One down in the inning. And here comes Lane Thomas. It was Thomas who hit the first pitch thrown by Olson into the bleachers and left, and he swings and skies one to shallow center. Coming in is Meadows. He's under it, makes the catch, and it's 2 quick outs for the Guardians here in the bottom of the 5th, and Andres Jimenez will step in. Get you a quick injury update brought to you by Elk & Elk, the official partner of the Guardians. Team of injury lawyers dedicated to every client every day. Give them a call at 1-800-ELK-OHIO. And boy, things looking good for Alex Cobb, as he's had some good simulated games and the blisters holding up. Here's the pitch to Jimenez, a strike on the inside corner. Tom, I think it's an upset at this point if we don't see Cobb in this series.
I think a lot. Matthew Boyd goes game 2. Game 3 would be in Detroit on Wednesday.
Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss.
And I think a lot depends, if you read the tea leaves, on where this series is, as to whether or not Cleveland goes Alex Cobb in game 3, or would it be a potential bullpen game in game 3?
The wheels are turning already. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, and there's a bouncing ball right side. Scooped up by Keith, the second baseman. Flips on to first in time for the out. Another quick inning thrown by Reese Olson of the Tigers. Guardians go in order in the 5th, and we're headed to the 6th. It's Cleveland 5.
Leads over to Payam, save. We're tied up at 4. Vientos slices one the other way. It's a 2-run single for Vientos, and the Mets have a 6-4 lead. Grounds one through the right side. That's a base hit. JD Martinez off the bench knocks in 2, and the Mets have opened up an 8-4 lead.
And Lindor gets under one to center field. Harris going back. It's back near the wall, and it's out of here. Linsanity again. Francisco Lindor flips the script with a 2-run homer, and the Mets go in front 8-7. Oh, wow.
Oh, boy.
Fly ball
to right field, sending Fernando back towards the wall. He leaps and makes the catch. Fernando made the grab and right. Why? Because he is Fernando. Time the league brings it down. Says no.
Get ready for another bobblehead. That's a platinum glove at work. A good old-fashioned snatch it back.
Lawrence Butler time. He gets a hold of one early, and this ball's gonna fly on out. The growth he's seen over Butler. This one hit hard towards center field, and right on cue, Lawrence Butler adds another. Including his last save opportunity. That ball is belted. Lawrence Butler does it again.
Oh my God!
All tied up in the Queen City.
Wednesday ball game is a 3:08 start, and then everything else kind of is up in the air depending upon how many games are still going on in both leagues in the division series, a best of 5. Cade Smith to face Matt Vierling, first pitch strike. Hi again, everybody. Tom Hamilton back with you, along with Jim Rosenhaus and Andre Knott. We've got Joe Fritchen with us here in the booth, and the incomparable Brian Motze at command center. Vierling looks at strike 2. Cade Smith pumping 96 miles an hour in there. His dad able to make the trip from the Vancouver area. Remember when his dad didn't know if he'd be able to see his son's Major League debut in Oakland way back in March because he had heart surgery? He's good to go. The pitch. A swing and a miss on a great slider. Cade Smith has faced 2 and struck out a pair. 5-0 Cleveland here in the 6th inning. Cade Smith didn't even know if he had made the ball club until basically just before we got to Oakland and opened up the season in March with a 4-game series. His dad was given the okay by the doctors to travel from Canada to Oakland. Riley Green sends one upstairs, third base side, strike 1. And Cade was saying yesterday his dad's in great health. He's doing everything again. So the heart surgery was a success, but what a year for the Cade Smith family. Pitch fouled off to the left. First and foremost, dad's healthy. And what a rookie season Cade Smith has had. One of the finest in all of baseball. 100 strikeouts out of the bullpen. The pitch up high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cade Smith this year striking out in the regular season. 103 batters in 75 innings. The pitch, fouled it back again, did Riley Green. Still a 1-2 count. Cleveland getting 5 in the first. The big blow. Lane Thomas, a 3-run bomb to the bleachers and left. Josh Naylor, an RBI single. The pitch, and it dips low, a splitter. And the count 2-2. Left-hander Tim Herron warming in the Cleveland pen. Of course, again, everybody fully rested. Cleveland's first game in a week. Now the 2-2. Again, Green fouling it back. Green having a really good at-bat. After over 2,300 meetings down through the years, Cleveland and Detroit, first ever postseason game between the Tigers and Cleveland. Now the 2-2. Got him swinging on a wicked splitter. Cade Smith strikes out Riley Green. 3 Tigers faced, 3 punch-outs. Here's Colt Keith. Has flied out and walked. Well, the one thing that Reese Olson has done is keep Detroit within striking distance by not allowing any runs since the home run. But Cleveland's pitching has been flat-out dominant, starting with Tanner Bybee. The pitch, swing and a miss on a split. Boy, Cade Smith's got a good split today. Tanner Bybee went 4 2/3 scoreless innings, allowed 4 hits, struck out 6, walked 1, hit a batter in his first ever postseason game. That splitter in the dirt evens the count 1-1. 5-0 Cleveland. We're in the 6th inning of game 1. Now the set, now the 1-1. Fouled off at the plate. That smoked.
Want me to give you a second?
Catcher Bo Naylor in the mask, and the home plate umpire Adam Beck walks out toward the mound to flip the ball to Cade Smith and give Bo Naylor a chance to collect himself. That was a direct hit. So, folks, get up here at the corner of Carnegie and Ontario. This place was at a fever pitch in inning number 1 and kind of blew a gasket in the first, now trying to get recharged. Shadows starting to creep into the home plate area. Now the 1-2. Fouled it back. Still not a problem. The shadows that we have that are at third base and down the left field line are from the light standards. So streaks of shadows and sunshine down the left side. But as the shadows move in from the upper deck and crossing over the home plate area, it's going to be awfully tough on the hitter, which is why it's so important to keep this lead before the shadows really become a boost for the pitcher. Now the 1-2. Got him swinging on the heat. 97 miles an hour. Cade Smith in his postseason debut. 4 batters faced, 4 strikeouts. And Cleveland stays up 5-0 in the middle of inning number 6.
Progressive knows fine.
Pitch walk to Soto, and they're loaded for Aaron Judge. Judge cranks one, deep left field, a grand slam, and the Yankees have the lead. Right on cue. He snaps his longest homerless drought, and just like that, the Yankees are in front. What a shot that was. What a moment.
Will set the stage for Xavier Edwards. Selfishly looking for a single to complete the cycle. Toward short, Adames has it, gets rid of it quick, and he's safe! It's a single, and it's a cycle!
The second ever cycle in Marlins franchise history belongs to Xavier Edwards. It took 30 years, a rise, and now Edwards.
This time, it's 3-1 San Diego. Merrill, center field. Harris back. He can't get it. San Diego has opened it up here in the second. They lead it 5-1. And what a shot from Merrill.
Charlie heads out, began his Rockies career in center field. Gonna end it the same way.
Charlie with a base hit. Gotta love it. Make sure you get that baseball, too. Good for Charlie. Base hit in his final at bat. I'm sure that played into Buddy's decision.
Charlie Blackmon's career as a Rocky has come to an end. And here is the standing ovation yet again.
Especially at this moment, knowing Noel is someone that they could be in the future.
Thank you, Andre. I'll tell you somebody else we should mention. Anna Bolton, who does such a great job in teaching the Latin American players how to learn this language. Here's Ty Madden, and he nails the inside corner at 95 miles per hour. Anna and her group of folks that basically have the Latin American players in a schoolroom setting, as there's more to baseball than just on the field. That pitch bounces in, 1-1, and Anna's done a great job. And John Kenzie Noel is so comfortable speaking English, and that is no small task. Ask any of us who have tried to speak Spanish. Now the wind and the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Good cutter. 1-2 the count. We have not seen Ty Madden. This kid did not get called up until August 26th. He is part of the great story that has been the Tigers since the middle of August. And this is his first ever postseason game. The wind, the pitch, up high with the heat, and he can throw mid to upper 90s. 2-2 the count. Madden, when he came up, worked in 6 games out of the pen, had a win and a 4.30 ERA. Struck out 17 in 23 innings. The pitch, check swing, foul back. What is so amazing about so many of these Tiger kids that they brought up to fortify the bullpen, their numbers were not good in the minors. Madden had an earned run average of almost 7 in AA and AAA. And here he is pitching in October. The pitch, down and away, yanked the cutter. And a good at bat here for John Kenzie Noel, who's grounded out, struck out. 5-0 Cleveland, bottom of the 6th inning, full count on Noel leading off. Madden kind of a herky-jerky windup, and the pitch, and he bounced it in there. And a good at bat for John Kenzie Noel to draw the leadoff walk as Cleveland tries to reignite its offense. Cleveland with a 5-run first inning, and Cleveland scored 5 runs before the Tigers ever recorded an out, and that is a record. Never in the history of the playoffs involving American League teams has a ball club scored 5 runs to start a game in the playoffs before an out is recorded. Here's Bo Naylor. He takes a strike, pumped one in there. Naylor has grounded out, struck out. Bottom third of the order will be very critical that they can make some contributions here throughout October. Today, the bottom of the order, 0-4-6. Now the pitch, and it's strike 2. 0-2 the count. Hey, Dollar Bank is a proud partner of the Guardians. You can do more with a Cleveland Community Bank that has 28 locations throughout Northeast Ohio. Get started at dollar.bank. Noel, modest lead at first. Now the 0-2. Missed outside with a backdoor slider. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
548. That's a sellout.
Madden's ready. Here it comes. Missed outside with a fastball, 2-2. Madden pitched at the University of Texas, and the Tigers made him a first-round pick 3 years ago. Now the 2-2. Swing and a little weak pop into shallow right. Keith is out. Veerling in. Veerling charging in makes the catch. Again, it's a tough day when a ball is hit high in the air. It's a cloudless day. In Arizona, we'd call it the high sky, where you can just simply lose the ball and have no idea where it is. But Veerling charging in from right, never took his eye off it, made the catch. Here's Brian Rocchio. He has flied out, grounded out, switch hitting shortstop, batting 9th. 1 out, 1 on, 5-0 Cleveland, 6th inning, the pitch, and it's way outside a ball. Outfield, a bit toward left, medium deep, the next delivery, and it's fouled back in the count 1-1. Manager Stephen Vogt saying on the pregame show today that one thing he told the club, the key to winning in October, just go out and have fun. Just go out and play loose. The hard work is over. It started last November. The pitch fouled back, 1-2. You don't prep for a season once you go to spring training. It started when he was hired as manager in November, put his staff together, got in touch with players. Everybody had a program. Obviously, it continued with off-season work, then spring training, and as voters said, the hard work was getting here. Now go out, have fun, and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Up and in, ball 2, 2-2.
When you mentioned playing loose, Tom, you can't play this game tight. It just does not work. And we've seen teams in the postseason who look tight, and it's a short postseason for them.
Sure is. Now the pitch. Rocchio fouling it straight back. Another good at bat for Brian Rocchio. 2-2 the count. 1 out, 1 on. 5-0 Cleveland. It's been 5-0 since the first. It's still 5-0 in the bottom of the sixth. Sellout crowd here today. Tickets sold 33,548. A lot more than that in the park. Now the pitch. And strike 3 called. Again, a delayed call. But Madden strikes out Rocchio on the slider. 2 down. Top of the order, and Stephen Kwan, he got this club started in the very first inning when he hammered a double high off the wall in right. And the first 6 Cleveland hitters would reach and score 5 times before an out was recorded. The pitch. Kwan looks and takes ball 1 downstairs. Kwan has doubled, walked, and hit one deep to right center. So 1 for 2 officially. 5 runs, 5 hits for Cleveland. No runs, 4 hits for Detroit. The next offering. And he went slider strike. And they count 1-1. Now the 1-1. Up and away ball 2, 2-1. Boy, Stephen Kwan has gotten back to really working the count. He and hitting coach Chris Valleca thought he got a little over-aggressive. That caused some problems after the All-Star break. The 2-1 pitch. There's the strike. Word got around that, look, you go early in the count, middle in, and Stephen Kwan's looking to do damage. It led to a career-high 14 homers. But then an adjustment was made. Pitchers started working him away with soft stuff. The 2-2. And he fouls it back. And Steven felt like he got over-aggressive, started to chase, started to expand a little bit, got frustrated. But this looks like the old Stephen Kwan now. Long at-bats and productive at-bats. Now the 2-2. High, full count. So traveling time for John Kinsey Noel at first. And Stephen Kwan will see the 7th pitch of this at bat. And he is such a good 2-strike hitter. The payoff pitch. High, ball 4. So he's aboard again. And John Kinsey Noel heads to second. Stephen Kwan to first. David Fry to the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. And the Tigers pitching coach, Chris Fetter, is going to take a stroll as the youngster may be a little amped up in his first ever postseason appearance. You know, what's so interesting, Rosie, is when we left there at the deadline and they were about to trade Jack Flaherty and trade Andrew Chafin and really go young to try to continue to rebuild, but get these kids kind of a baptism here heading into 2025. Even the Tigers will tell you, look, at the time that they started this, they were 55-63, 8 games under on August 10th. They never expected to go 33-13 up until today from that point.
And just talking to Matt Vierling, he said the goal was, let's see if we can get to 500. Let's see if we can have a 500 season. And they blew right by that.
Now the pitch. Fry swings through it, strike 1. And so not only did they end up playing meaningful games, which are so much more important for your development, but now this is a club that, think about the future of Detroit. Now the 0-1 pitch. High, 1-1. And of course the future is here. The present has Detroit already eliminating Houston. And who knows how deep they can make this October run. Now the 1-1 to David Fry, and he fouls it upstairs, a ball and 2 strikes.
Well, you have 2 of the 3 youngest teams in baseball right here. And Kansas City's a young club. The other 2 teams in the division have to be thinking, my goodness, they could be good for quite some time, the other 3.
First time ever, 3 American League Central Division teams are in the playoffs, not counting COVID. The 1-2. Way high and outside, 2-2. 2 outs, 2 on, 5-0 Cleveland, 6th inning. Well, in the American League now, has 4 teams left in the hunt. 3 are from the American League Central, along with the Yankees. Now the 2-2. Foul back, David Fry on the fastball. We'll do it again at 2-2. Ty Madden, 31st pitch of the inning. And Fry puts one upstairs, foul behind home plate. So we'll do it again at 2-2. Tyler Holton did not get a batter out. He faced 4, gave up 2 hits, a walk, allowed 4 runs, 3 earned. Then Reese Olson gave up the 3-run home run, but otherwise was really good. 5 innings of work, 1 run on 3 hits. The pitch, Fry yanks it foul down the left side. And the battle goes on with a 2-2 count, 2 out, 2 on, 5-0 Cleveland. And David Fry will see the 8th pitch of this at bat. And this would seem to be a one-and-done inning for Ty Madden. With the amount of pitches the rookie has thrown, this will be number 33 in the inning. Here it comes. A swing and a line drive, base hit to left, down the line, headed toward the wall. That'll score Noel. Quan flying around third. Here's the throw to the plate, not in time. David Fry hooked a 2-run double down the left field line. There's a backbreaker. 7-0 Cleveland, and a big postseason start for David Fry.
Oh, and we saw it so often heading into the All-Star break. First 2.5 months, David Fry, a key offensively for the Guardians. What a boost it would be if he has a big postseason.
A.J. Hinch, lately when he makes the walk to the mound, it's been to replace a guy that threw up a 0. Not today. 7-0 Cleveland in the 6th. Ball game. Emmanuel Clase stands alone as the greatest single-season closer in Cleveland baseball history.
Guardians 2025 season ticket memberships are on sale now. Spend your summer watching one of the most exciting young teams in baseball with a full season, half season, or quarter season ticket plan.
There's always that opportunity, yeah, but I think you have to throw at least one of them. Line down the left field line, it is a fair ball. 1 run scores. 2 runs score. Everybody scores. It's a bases clearing. Big pinch hit for Abanez, and it is 5-2 Detroit. Oh my goodness, what a big hit off the bench off of Josh Hader.
That will set the stage for Xavier Edwards. Selfishly looking for a single to complete the cycle. Towards short, Adames has it, gets rid of it quick, and he's safe! It's a single, and it's a cycle!
The second ever cycle in Marlins franchise history belongs to Xavier Edwards. It took 30 years, a rise, and now Edwards.
Hayes hits it deep to right center. Harris is back. He reaches up. Oh my! He brought it back. What a grab by Michael Harris to keep it 2-0.
You see the angle he's going about it. It looks like he's got it trapped, and he gets right to that position and launches himself over the fence. He's like, really?
So far at second, nobody out for Manny Machado.
Machado hits one to right center field. Back goes Rodriguez. Looking up.
Fastball, sinker, split, slider. 7-0 Cleveland on a 2-out, 2-run double by David Fry. And here's Jose Ramirez being intentionally walked. And now Josh Naylor will bat. So they wanted to go left on left. Posey now at first. David Fry at second. Josh Naylor the batter. 1 for 3, an RBI single. Left on left as Sean Gunther gets his first look at Cleveland. The pitch, and he nailed the outside corner, a strike at 90 miles an hour. Gunther pitched once in the Houston series, an inning and 2/3 of scoreless relief. He checks second, the pitch, a swing and a ground ball to first, backhanded by Torkelson. Fires overhand to the pitcher, Gunther covering, and that'll take care of Cleveland in the 6th. But David Fry delivered what one would think is a knockout punch. A 2-out, 2-run double, and it's 7-0 Cleveland after 6 on the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network.
Fly ball to deep right center. Siri back toward the track. At the wall, leaves and got it! He caught it! Took away a homer.
What a catch in center field by Siri. Still digesting that catch made by Jose Siri out there. A home run robber, to be sure.
One of the best plays that we've seen all season long. And boy, was it a big one.
Tyler Fitzgerald, who's hit a home run in each of the last 4 games he's been in. Swing, and he hits a high drive deep to left field. And has he done it again? Yes, he has. Way back into the Dodger bullpen. Now that is an amazing feat. That's the 5th game in a row in which Tyler Fitzgerald has hit a home run.
Well, he gets a hanging breaking ball. You've been sitting upstairs to this guy right now, and he's going to make you pay.
Lawrence Butler time. He gets a hold of one early, and this ball's gonna fly on out. The growth he's seen over Butler. This one hit hard towards center field, and right on cue, Lawrence Butler adds another. Including his last save opportunity. That ball is belted. Lawrence Butler does it again.
Oh my God!
All tied up in the Queen City.
Tatis leaves the building, and this place is on its feet. Padres lead it 2-0.
I'm telling you right now, Brandon Tatis did not wait. Saw the first pitch, and as soon as he hit it, he knew.
No, you know, the first inning with Bybee, we were kind of worried a little bit, but once he got out of that, and obviously 5 runs in that bottom of the first, has changed and settled these pitchers in.
Thank you, Andre. Spencer Torkelson leads off. The rookie left-hander Tim Herron lets it fly, and it's down and in a ball. Herron fastball, cutter, slider. What a rookie season he had. 75 appearances, 5-1, a 1.92 ERA. Mid-90s heater. The pitch. Torkelson takes inside 2-0. Torkelson has struck out, hit into a double play. That was a big point in this game in the 4th inning when Torkelson banged into a double play. The 2-0, and it's a backdoor slider strike. At that point, it was 5-0 Cleveland in the 4th. Tigers got the first 2 men aboard, and Torkelson hit into the double play. And that took the air out of the Tiger sails. That pitch waved at, boy, swung at a slider that almost hit him. And the count 2-2. Tigers will start going to some of their pinch hitters. Andy Ibanez on deck to bat for Zach McKinstry. 7th inning, Cleveland up 7-0. Here's the pitch. And it's down and in, full count. Both these ball clubs decided to go with 14 position players and 12 pitchers. You cannot have more than 13 pitchers on your playoff roster. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. So that is strikeout number 11 for Cleveland pitching. Tanner Bybee set the stage as Tanner Bybee went 4 2/3 scoreless innings, allowed 4 hits, struck out 6, walked 1, hit a batter. Then Cade Smith blew the Tigers away in an inning and a third, 4 up, 4 strikeouts. Now pinch hitter Andy Ibanez. One of the heroes in the Houston series. He got the big pinch hit 3-run double off Josh Hader that basically eliminated Houston the other night. Ibanez pops it up. First base side playable. Josh Naylor near the Tiger dugout. First baseman grabs it. Ibanez out number 2. Ibanez this year had 48 pinch hitting appearances in the regular season, the most in the major leagues. But he fouls out to first. 2 down here in the 7th. Cleveland stays up 7-0. And Trey Sweeney will bat. Sweeney, the left-handed hitting shortstop, 0 for 2. Left on left. Here's the pitch. And it's foul down the left side. Strike 1. So this pitching staff, Cleveland's bullpen, far and away the best in baseball this year. And historically one of the best bullpens ever. And features 5 rookies. Heron, one of them, delivers a strike. And the count 0-2. And you kept wondering, would the workload catch up? It never did.
It sure didn't, and now they've had some rest heading into the postseason, and it just seems like it's setting things up for a big October for them.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Slider wiped them out. Heron strikes out Sweeney. A dozen strikeouts for Cleveland pitching. It's stretch time at the corner of Carnegie and Ontario. It is Cleveland 7, Detroit nothing on the Cleveland Clinic Radio.
So far through 3 2/3. This ball skied into left field. That'll send Austin Hayes back. He's near the wall. He looks up. It's gone. That ball scalded to center field. Jordan crushes one to straightaway center. Chazzy Fizz followed up by Jordan with a smash to center. 3 in a row. The big man is on fire. 3 straight home runs. A laser beam over the wall in center.
Lawrence Butler time. He gets a hold of one early, and this ball's gonna fly on out. The growth he's seen over Butler. This one hit hard towards center field, and right on cue, Lawrence Butler adds another. Including his last save opportunity. That ball is belted. Lawrence Butler does it again.
Oh my God!
All tied up in the Queen City.
Rojas on the ground at third. Machado touches third, fires to second. Out at first. Oh my goodness! It's a triple play. It ends the ball game. The San Diego Padres have clinched their spot in the postseason after a magical 2024 campaign. What a way to wrap it up, and they will celebrate in LA tonight. 2 games back in the division. That's not over yet. A 4-pitch walk to Soto, and they're loaded for Aaron Judge. Judge cranks one, deep left field, a grand slam, and the Yankees have the lead. Right on cue. He snaps his longest homerless drought. And just like that, the Yankees are in front.
What a shot that was. What a moment.
Oh, that play flagged down by Hoskins. Leads over to Payam. Save. We're tied up at 4. Vientos laces one the other way. It's a 2-run single for Vientos, and the Mets have a 6-4 lead. Browns one through the right side. That's a base hit. JD Martinez off the bench knocks in 2, and the Mets have opened up an 8-4 lead. This division series roster, and Cater Montero was put in his place on the roster. So Cater Montero, another guy with a great arm, mid-90s fastball, curveball, slider change, and Montero is going to take over here in the bottom of the 7th inning, and Cleveland with a lead here of 7-0. Lane Thomas is going to lead it off for Cleveland, and for the Tigers, looking at Montero, obviously he wasn't pitching in Houston, but in his time with the Tigers this year, Montero had worked 14 scoreless innings in 2 starts in a week in September. And so he's a guy, like we say, was added to this roster. We'll see what he's able to do here. Montero's always had the good arm. We have seen him down through the years. Cater Montero. And Montero's going to face Lane Thomas. 1 for 3 with a 3-run bomb. That blast into the bleachers in the first inning capped off what was a 5-run inning. And that inning is the difference in this ballgame. Cleveland with the lead, 7-0. Lane Thomas 1 for 3 with that blast in the first. Montero's pitch backs him off the plate, ball 1. Montero this year with Detroit appeared in 19 games, 6-6 ERA, 4.76. He pumps one in there, another called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. And he becomes the 5th different relief pitcher used today by Detroit. They started this with a reliever in Holton. Thomas fouling it off at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, I don't think if you're manager Stephen Vogt, you could have scripted this any better. Get the lead early. Change the Tigers' pitching chaos plans with a 5-run first. The pitch, Thomas pops one up into shallow right. Colt Keith, the second baseman, retires him. And you're also able to get a lot of your bullpen arms into this ball game here today, getting first postseason experience with a 7-0 lead.
And Tom, it's game 1 of the series, so a lot can happen.
Yeah.
And you never like to say it's a must-win, but because Tarek Skubal is lurking on Monday as the starter for the Tigers, he really felt the Guardians, obviously, to win the series, would love to get this first game.
Here's Andres Jimenez, takes high and wide, ball 1, and now Detroit's got a day to think about it. You know, they've been on such an incredible, magical ride that now they've got a day off to think about today and what lies ahead. The pitch waved at 1-1. Although the way this club has played and as resilient as they are and as young as they are, probably won't phase them a bit.
You get the feeling, no. The run that they're on right now, what's another day?
Jimenez fouling it off at the plate, and the count 1-2. Well, Cleveland's got Matthew Boyd. Think of the emotions Matthew Boyd is going to have the next couple of days. Most of his career with the Detroit Tigers. One of their favorite players of all time. And now he is going to try to bury the Tigers on Monday against Tarek Skubal, arguably the best starting pitcher in the American League. The pitch in the dirt, 2-2. You have, without question, 2 Cy Young guys in this series, both very deserving of the Cy Young. Tarek Skubal and Emmanuel Clase. Now the wind end 2-2, and it's low full count. We'll see Skubal on Monday, but Matthew Boyd's been so good for Cleveland. He'll go for the Guardians. And then on Wednesday, still to be determined, probably another bullpen game for the Tigers. It could be Alex Cobb starting for Cleveland. 7-0 Cleveland, 7th inning. Now the payoff pitch from Montero. Jimenez waves out a high fastball, and that is a strikeout. And right now, Rosie, is kind of what I talked about earlier. It is really hard for the hitters. Right now, there are a lot of guys on that Tiger bench that haven't played today and are going, I don't need to see Emmanuel Clase today, Skipper. It's okay if you want to go with the guys that are out there because the shadows are covering the home plate area, and it's really tough to pick up the spin. John Kenzie Noel swings through it, strike one.
And we're about a half hour from the start time for Monday's game. So if it's a sunny day on Monday, look out in the early innings.
Frightening thought for hitters facing Skubal and Boyd. The 0-1, swing and a miss, 0-2. So the entire batter's box is in shadows, and the shadows start creeping out to the grass area beyond the dirt circle cutout. The pitcher's still bathed in sunshine, as is the batter's eye in straightaway center. Now the 0-2. Bounced a breaking ball in there, and the count 1-2. Base is empty, 2 down in the 7th. Sellout crowd enjoying a 7-0 Cleveland lead. Think of this season and all the white knucklers Cleveland's been involved in, and in their first postseason game, they get 5 in the first, just the way you predicted. Nothing like October baseball. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck out John Kenzie Noel on a slider away. And so we go to the 8th. 7-0 Cleveland. This is the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network.
Let's one fly. Heads up in the upper deck. Shohei's on his way. That's number 54 for Ohtani. A 3-run Titanic shot.
I mean, I'm not even sure. So I'm going to marvel at the fact that he hit a 3-run home run. The guy is another planet. Yes, he's probably the greatest all-around baseball player to ever walk. I give all those accolades.
So far at second, nobody out for Manny Machado.
Machado hits one to right center field. Back goes Rodriguez looking up. Manny Machado stands alone as the Padres' all-time home run leader. Man, oh man, oh Manny, you are number 1 in Padres history. 2-run shot, 429 feet, and history tonight in Seattle.
2-0, there's the swing and a high fly ball towards the right field corner. Fair or foul towards the pole. It's off the pole and gone. Pavin Smith, his 5th of the year. Pavin swings. That's belted. Deep left field. Alvarez turns, walks. It's gone.
A grand slam. Second home run. Hang on. He's done it again. Pavin Smith, 3 homers.
The pitch. He struck him out. And the Kansas City Royals move on to the division series. And the Kansas City Royals, who lost 106 last year, the most ever by a team that made the playoffs the next year, not only make the playoffs, they march on. And the Baltimore Orioles have lost 10 straight postseason games in a row. 1 out away for Dylan Cease. Abrams to right field. Johnson coming in. He makes the catch. No hits for the Nats. Dylan Cease throws a no-hitter. The second no-hitter in Padres history. There'll be a sea of San Diegans celebrating back home today.
Dylan Cease has no hit the Washington Nationals on a
Cleveland's only had 6 hits, but boy, they've made the most of 2 big ones, driving in 5 of the 7 runs with 2 hits. Tigers blanked on 4 hits. Heron from the set lets it fly. And the pitch down low, ball 1. Doubtful Heron goes through this entire inning. Hunter Gaddis is ready. He's normally the 8th inning bridge man to Emmanuel Clase. The 1-0. And it's a touch high, ball 2, 2-0. Remember, tomorrow's an off day. We'll be back with you for the first pitch on Monday afternoon at 4:08. The 2-0 pitch. There's ball 3 inside. A pair of tough left-handers, Matthew Boyd, Tarek Skubal, on Monday. Then game 3 will be Wednesday afternoon in Motown. The pitch. Ball 4, it sailed high. So Heron walks Rogers. Now you've got 2 left-handers next at the top of the order unless we see pinch hitters. Parker Meadows was due up, and I think he'll be called back, and then we'll see Hunter Gaddis come out of the Cleveland bullpen. Bo Naylor goes out to the mound as the Tigers have Justin Henry Malloy, a right-handed hitter, on deck to bat for Parker Meadows. Tigers trying to get it going here in the 8th. Cleveland on top, 7-0. Here comes Voter. We'll tell you about Hunter Gaddis when we come back.
From all over the world, people turn to Cleveland Clinic for our expertise and our compassionate care. As leaders in heart, neurology, and cancer, the future of specialty care is happening right now at Cleveland Clinic. For every life-saving treatment, for every next step, for every care in the world.
A 4-pitch walk to Soto, and they're loaded for Aaron Judge. Judge cranks one, deep left field, a grand slam, and the Yankees have the lead. Right on cue. He snaps his longest homerless drought, and just like that, the Yankees are in front. What a shot that was. What a moment.
So far at second, nobody out for Manny Machado.
Machado hits one to right center field. Back goes Rodriguez looking up. Manny Machado stands alone as the Padres' all-time home run leader. Man, oh man, oh Manny, you are #1 in Padres history. 2-run shot, 429 feet, and history tonight in Seattle. There's a fly ball to right. And that is going to be way gone. Churio sends one out of here to make it 3-0. Jackson Churio with serious opposite field pop. Number 20 for the 20-year-old.
Youngest player in MLB history to record 20-plus homers, 20-plus stolen bases. It's incredible.
Gaddis had 78 appearances, a record of 6-3, 33 holds, and maybe you're joining us for the first time this year. A hold is when you come in as a setup guy and keep the lead. For a setup man, a hold is every bit as important as a save for a closer. He had 33 of them, a 1.57 ERA, a 1.66 batting average against. So we'll have a pinch hitter for a pinch hitter here in the 8th inning, as Winsel Perez will pinch hit. He's a left-handed hitter, and he almost got hit by the pitch. He's left-handed right now because he's a switch hitter. So they had Justin Henry Malloy pinch hitting for Parker Meadows, and before he gets to bat, Perez pinch hits for him. And there's a backdoor slider strike from Hunter Gaddis. Tigers batting with a runner on, nobody out, top of the 8th, Cleveland with a 7-0 lead. Perez wig-wagging that bat. The pitch to him, and it's high and wide, and the count 2-1. Perez this year batted .242, 9 homers, 37 RBIs. He went 2 for 5 against Houston in the wild card round. Now the 2-1 pitch. A swing and a high fly ball, medium deep right center. Gathering it is center fielder Lane Thomas, and Perez is out number 1. One thing about the Tiger pinch hitters, Rosie, you don't have a lot of big boppers coming off that bench that can maybe change the game with one swing of the bat.
Or a lot of teams that they have some veteran guys that they can go to who maybe have done that a lot, but they've gotten some production from their pinch hitters.
They sure have.
Just like everything else that's a part of their lineup that makes this thing go here the last month and a half.
Here's Kerry Carpenter, 1 for 3 with a single. Now the set, now the pitch, and it's in there, a strike. Shadows now covering home plate and halfway to the pitcher's mound. And not to become redundant, but this is a brutal time for the hitter. Carpenter with good power. The pitch. Down and in with a changeup that he yanked. 1-1 the count. That ball is coming out of sunlight into the shade, and it's hard to pick up the spin. And for hitters, they're looking at spin to tell them what the pitch is. Breaking ball, fastball. The 1-1. Swung on, ground ball to second. Jimenez to second, there's one. Rocchio relay, got him! Inning-ending double play. Middle of the 8th, 7-0 Guardians.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every home run.
That is pounded deep out to left. The walk-off slam for Wyatt Langford.
Steps up here in the bottom of the 9th with the bases loaded and just unleashes on Clay Holmes with a game-winning walk-off grand slam home run.
A wild adventure this one was tonight.
Ball, a pop-up really, down the right field line in foul territory. Oh, what an effort by Jimenez as he goes flying into the netting. Jimenez caught that ball and got it back into the infield.
Unbelievable. No fear whatsoever, and they have called for the trainer to come down there. He is still into the seating area.
2-0, there's the swing. Fly ball towards the right field corner, fair or foul towards the pole. It's off the pole and gone. Pavin Smith, his 5th of the year. Pavin swings, that's belted deep left field. Alvarez turns, walks, it's gone.
A grand slam, second home run. Hang on, he's done it again. Pavin Smith, 3 homers.
There's always that opportunity, yeah, but I think you have to throw at least one. Flying down the left field line, it is a fair ball. 1 run scores. 2 runs score. Everybody scores. It's a bases clearing. Big pinch hit for Abanez, and it is 5-2 Detroit. Oh my goodness, what a big hit off the bench off of Josh Hader.
Far at second, nobody out for Manny Machado.
Machado hits one to right center field. Back goes Rodriguez looking up. Manny Machado stands alone as the Padres' all-time home run leader. Man, oh man, oh Manny, you are number 1 in Padres history.
Bottom line is Cleveland has the lead, 7-0. Bo Naylor is going to open it up for Cleveland. He is 0 for 3 today. As Cleveland's had 2 big swings of the bat today that has really changed the complexion of this game. And the one came in the very first inning, in the first postseason at
He was ready to hit, was he not?
Bo Naylor takes down Matt Vierling from right to center. Very first inning in the first postseason at bat for Lane Thomas. It's the first pitch he's ever seen out of here. Outside, a strike 1-1. Shallow center. Sweeney, the shortstop, now gives way to Keith, and the second baseman comes back onto the dirt and retires Bo Naylor. Well, boy, he struggled. Hit about $140 in the month of August, and then 7 homers, 20 RBIs in September. And the first pitch of his postseason career, he hits a game-changing 3-run homer.
You know, he just missed the run by Washington when they went to the World Series, and
Rocchio drills one to deep right field. This ball is going to short hop the wall. Bounce in toward the corner. Rocchio hits second. Big turn. He'll hold there with a 1-out double. So Rocchio 1 for 4 has the double. And Cleveland up 7-0 as a 1-out runner at second here in the 8th inning. You know what, Rosie? These hits may not be big right now as far as how this game is going to turn out. But for these youngsters like Rocchio to just kind of get that, I don't want to say monkey off your back, except I just did. But just maybe relax them a little bit.
He's a confident young man, but you still want to get some results here if you can.
Here's Stephen Kwan, and he almost got hit as that slider was yanked in by his knees, jumped out of the way. Kwan's had a big day, and he started off that 5-run first with a near home run when he doubled off the top of the wall and right, and that kick-started Cleveland here today. Now the 1-0. Downstairs, ball 2, 2-0. Kwan has doubled, walked, flied out to the warning track in right center, then walked again. So he's been on base 3 times, scored twice. Now the set, now the pitch. And Stephen Kwan takes the strike, 2-1 to count. 7 runs, 7 hits for Cleveland. No runs, 4 hits for Detroit. Cleveland's hit a home run today. And they've had 3 big doubles. Now the 2-1. Swung on, sky ball into shallow left. Green coming in, and that is out number 2. That'll bring up David Fry. If there was any question about this game, Fry pretty much removed all doubt when he ripped a 2-out, 2-run double into the left field corner back in the 6th. That made it 7-0, and that pretty much nailed it shut. And he'll be now lifted for a pinch hitter as Kyle Mansardo will bat for David Fry. Again, this is a great opportunity to give a youngster an at-bat in a postseason game for the first time. The rookie takes the slider strike. Kyle Mansardo, once he came back from Columbus, he was a different hitter and a key contributor. And you'll see much more of him as this series moves on. 7-0 Cleveland, 8th inning, runner at second, 2 down. Mansardo looks at another breaking ball for strike 2. Again, I just think breaking balls are really hard to pick up the spin of the baseball now with the shadows the way they are. Here's the 0-2 to Mansardo. Swing and a miss, chase the high heater. So the inning is over, but the Guardians are routing the Tigers in game 1 today, 7-0. 9th inning's next on the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network.
Don't bust your knuckles.
4 runs so far through 3 2/3. This ball skied into left field. That'll send Austin Hayes back. He's near the wall. He looks up. It's gone. That ball scalded to center field. Jordan crushes one to straightaway center. Chazzy Fizz followed up by Jordan with a smash to center. 3 in a row. The big man is on fire. 3 straight home runs. A laser beam over the wall in center.
Here's Alonso now. Lindor at third, Nimmo at first. The pitch. Swing and a ball drilled. Right field. Freeling back at the wall. Out of here! It's out of here! Alonso an opposite field home run, and the Mets have the lead. Pete Alonso, the polar bear, takes Devin Williams deep. And here in the ninth, the comeback kids have done it again.
Fly ball to right field, sending Fernando back towards the wall. He leaps and makes the catch. Fernando made the grab and right. Why? Because he is Fernando. Time the lead, brings it down. Says no.
Get ready for another bobblehead. That's a platinum glove at work. A good old-fashioned snatch it back.
Lets one fly. Heads up in the upper deck. Shohei's on his way. That's number 54 for Ohtani. A 3-run Titanic shot.
I mean, I'm not even sure. So I'm going to marvel at the fact that he hit a 3-run home run. The guy is another planet. Yes, he's probably the greatest all-around baseball player to ever walk. I give all those accolades.
Guardians have not given up a run today, and why they're able to use all these pitchers the way they are. 12 of the Tigers' 24 outs have come on 3 pitches or less. What does that mean to people that are listening? That means that you are not using extra pitches with these guys out of the bullpen, and they'll be fresh even with the day off because they're not throwing a ton of pitches to get the outs.
That's a great point, Andre, and it's also why this bullpen, despite its usage, has stayed strong all year.
Well, and that's been the number of pitches, not the appearances. And I know that's not what we're used to, but that's what they're doing. They try to keep them under 20 in the regular season, and I think it'll be a little bit more over the next couple of weeks.
Thanks to the new dean of the mathematics department at Kent State, Andre Knott.
Put it on my card.
Emmanuel Clase fires in the dirt, and that handcuffed everybody. Ball 1 to Matt Vierling. Emmanuel Clase, certainly in Cleveland's eyes, the Cy Young winner, but obviously Tarek Skubal's got a great case too. They're both so deserving. The pitch, and it's in there. 100-mile-an-hour cutter and slider. Clase 47 saves this year. The number that is still astounding, folks. 5 runs allowed, 5 earned runs in 74 games. The pitch, swing and a miss. 1-2 the count. That pitch right there is the difference. The cutter to the inside corner to a right-handed hitter. Last year, everything was away to a right-handed hitter. Cutters, sliders, not anymore. The pitch, got him swinging. Came right back with that front door cutter. And Clase blows away Matt Vierling. And Cleveland pitchers have struck out 13 Tigers. They've blanked the Tigers on 4 hits. 7-0 Cleveland in the 9th. Here's Riley Green, 1 for 2 with a single. Wow. Emmanuel Clase with a high hold and delivery. And it's a broken bat roller to the second baseman. Jimenez throws him out. Clase ducked and ran out of the way as the barrel of the bat went flying over his head and landed on the grass behind the mound. 2 down.
Boy, it takes some courage to hang in there right now. If you can't see the ball, or at least the spin, at this time of day, and that guy's on the mound, no thank you.
Good luck. Here's Colt Keith, 0 for 2 with a walk. Sellout crowd on their feet at the corner of Carnegie in Ontario. Cleveland 7, Detroit 0. 2 down in the Tiger 9th in Game 1 of the American League Division Series. Keith, a left-handed batter, the rookie. The former Buckeye native takes down and in, ball 1. Don't you wish we were playing tomorrow?
Yes. I'll bet the team does.
Yeah.
But that's the schedule.
4:08 Monday afternoon, Game 2. Matthew Boyd, Tarek Skubal. The pitch outside, a ball, 2-0.
You wait a week for the postseason to begin. You want to get rolling, but you get it, and they'll take advantage of.
Sure.
Both teams will try and take advantage of that off day tomorrow.
Now the set by Clase. Here it comes. Swing and a pop-up. Shallow left. Stephen Kwan near the line. Makes the catch. Ball game. Game 1 of the American League Division Series belongs to the Guardians as they shut out the Detroit Tigers 7-0. A combined 4-hit shutout by Tanner Bybee, Cade Smith, Tim Herron, and Emmanuel Clase. And Andre talked about the limited amount of pitches that Cleveland pitchers had to make. And Emmanuel Clase, in a 1-2-3 ninth inning, made 8 pitches. Hunter Gaddis made 7. Tim Herron made 15. Cade Smith made 18. So this bullpen after the break was razor sharp. And again, Tanner Bybee set the tone early by not allowing Detroit any early momentum.
And he had to battle some things early on. His command was not where he'd like it to be early, but he stayed with it. And again, that's that maturity of trying to battle through some stretches where it's not going so well and still being effective, and he sure was today.
So the Guardians are victorious here today in Game 1, 7-0. Game 2 will be Monday afternoon, and that'll be coming up at 4:08 with Matthew Boyd going against Tarek Skubal.
2 hours, 50 minutes.
And we're going to be going downstairs here shortly.